All right, welcome in, welcome in. We got big time late night stream. Dan's got the yellow beanie on,
Yeah, even
nice red shirt.
got a yellow cup here as well. We're ready to go. It's not Dynasty and beers, but yeah, it's we're doing what Dynasty Dilemma, right?
The Oronde Gadsden dilemma, the OG dilemma.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That'll
So
be a fun
yeah.
one for you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, I'm in heaven right now. 10 shares of Oronde Gadsden in Dynasty amidst 13 Dynasty leagues. So yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Can't wait to get into some Oronde Gadsden talk. And yeah, Blake, I'm really interested to see exactly where you're at with Oronde Gadsden. Like exactly how much are you valuing him? How much are we putting into this monster game he had? Um, and hey, we had a good call in our last stream. We were drafting flex streamers as we often do on Saturday night, and I took a Rondé Gadsden with the last pick. So I believe we did. Was it 12
12.
picks in the first round? We did one round.
We did 12, yeah.
Yeah. So with that last pick there, yeah, Rondé Gadsden was he made the cut in terms of like our favorite
hmm
flex streamers for the week. So feeling good
Yeah.
about that.
I come on. I know everyone flexed Oronde Gadsden after that one with their confidence.
Hey, I had him actually in my in a flex spot in my home league, and I ended up like benching him at the last minute. When will I ever learn not to do that, not to make those last minute lineup changes? Thankfully, I still won the matchup thanks to Jameer Gibbs. But yeah, so excited for Gadsden in Dynasty especially.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll jump into that in a minute there. This is probably more for the people that are rewatching. Hey, we just made a Discord. We hit the 100 subs. We figured, hey, it's time. We were Discord
Yep,
going, but it's an awesome way to basically just like be in contact with us when we're not streaming. We're only streaming
yeah,
basically twice a week. I mean, there we can answer all sorts of questions, talk football, talk anything, basically. And hey, if you join right now, you're basically like the first ones to join. We do actually already have a few people in there. I believe. Oh yeah, there's Coda in chat. I believe Coda was the first one actually to officially join
sweet.
outside of me there. So make sure you guys join that. The link is in the description, I believe. So uh,
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it is there.
I'm really looking forward to that. I just think it'll be really cool to be able to talk to everyone, even when we're not streaming, and should be a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely join that. I'm sure there will be a
The
lot of
description.
conversation going in there before long, and yeah, we might have some fun text channels within the Discord there. I think my favorite is hashtag yellow beanie spottings. So there, if you see anyone out in the wild wearing a yellow beanie, make sure you snap a picture, post it in the Discord. We'll see how many different spottings we can come up with there. Or if anyone out there actually happens to own and wear a yellow beanie, feel free to snap a selfie of yourself wearing the yellow beanie.
Yeah, if I see someone like, dude, especially like being at school, and it's Winnipeg, like it's cold, I'm gonna see so many yellow beanies. I'm gonna be just incognito mode, just like I
Yeah.
better like start getting like spy glasses, and I'm just gonna start like taking pictures. I don't know. Maybe there's like got to be some kind of like reward for like getting the most yellow beanie pics in there. It's gonna
Right,
be
right. I love it. I mean, this could be like a whole new, like, kind of like, I don't know if it'd be a fantasy game, but yeah, just a whole different kind of competition going on in the Discord.
yeah.
So,
It
yeah,
reminds me, by the way, like I just was randomly doing this with my girlfriend on a walk. We're going on a walk late at night, and I was just like, let's just like look for things to find, and
okay.
we were just putting the most absurd things down, like. And we were like on a walk at night. We're like putting people's like races down too, or like each time to type a race, a person wearing glasses, a green light, like this, all these absurd things, and I couldn't believe how much we found. It was like a ton of fun. It reminds me of that. I'm just like 24/7 gonna be locked in looking for yellow beanies. That would be so
Oh,
much
yeah.
fun.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Discord would be a lot of fun. So, yeah, make sure you join that. And, yeah, should we jump into some conversation here? Like, yeah, I mean, I think we got to talk about Gadsden first, right? Oh, and also just a quick. I knew I was forgetting something. Quick mention. We will finally be doing our review of Whiplash.
Let's go.
The long-awaited review for Film Club here. So we will do that. It'll be the last thing we do in the stream. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I just watched it last night. I will save my thoughts, but it was an interesting watch to say the least. Can't wait to talk about that. But yeah, let's jump into Oronde Gadsden.
Yeah,
So
let's just wait 1 second here, just because everyone's joining in. So let's just quickly welcome
okay.
everyone in. We got Michael Hart in here. It says yo yo yo. Welcome,
Yo,
Michael.
good to have you here.
And then Seb says, "Ooh, better regret this trade." Sounds like one going down in the listener league. For those of you that aren't in there, Seb's in there. And
yeah, and actually, just after we went live here, I got a trade offer from Jacob.
Oh, okay.
He is offering me Lad McConkey and Rashid Shaheed, and I would have to send him 226 firsts, those belonging to Randy and Hawkeyes. Okay. I'll have to check on their records, but yeah, Randy and Reed are doing pretty good there. I think Hawkeye's kind of middle of the pack, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's in the playoffs or 6th or 7th. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, on the better side of kind of the middle there. And then I would also be sending a 26 second, also belonging to Hawkeyes.
Okay.
So yeah, what do you think?
I mean, stuff's certainly not the worst trade in the world. I mean, it's just Lad's so up in the air. By the way, we saw Tet traded for Lad today. I mean, maybe we can get that later. Like that's very difficult to just to know what to do with Lad right now. I mean, hey, if he sent that like a month ago, that like before the season, that probably would have looked like a pretty solid trade. And I still think it is a pretty solid trade. I don't know, if that's something you want to do or not, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's tempting. I mean, because the tricky thing about my team in this league is that I don't own my own 26 first, which is pretty unusual for me. I usually don't trade it. Well, I don't know. Did I trade it during this? I can't remember exactly when I traded it, but like usually I have those. I usually have a lot of picks, so yeah, it's unusual that I don't have that at this point in the season. But yeah, it's just the kind of way it happened. But yeah, I mean, talk about my guys, like my favorite players. I mean, Lad has definitely been one of those guys. So yeah, I mean, this year he got off kind of to a slow start. He has been heating up. I mean, he did get 15 targets last week, so that was kind of unexpected. He had 9 the week before. So he seems to be trending up, but I mean, it definitely could be a thing on that Chargers offense where it's kind of a roller coaster. It's kind of like whose turn is it, who's hot, who's cold. So it could be kind of volatile week to week. But I mean, Lad is really good football player. So yeah, I'll have to think about that. But interesting offer.
Yeah, and K-Max, by the way, is in here. Says what's up.
Oh, welcome. Good to have you here.
Yeah, so what's up, K-Max? Hey, he says we're doing well. Absolutely. Hey, dude, honestly, I just came off a nutty week of fantasy. I don't know who was good on my teams. I have no idea why. So I'm coming off a great week. I'm happy to be able to say that. At least I think I pretty much. I don't know. Yeah, I won. I think like 14 of my 17 leagues that are at least contending. But yeah, I got to win in Grease Bowl, the one that mattered the most too. I beat Andrew in front of the channel. So I got you next week, Dan. So.
Oh yeah, we're squaring off this week. Unfortunately, as of last week, we had the same record. We were both 2-4. You won your matchup. I lost a tight one. I was like. Sleeper had me favored to win at like halftime of the Lions-Bucks game. And then J-Mo and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I had both starting. They did absolutely nothing in the second half. Combined like 1 fantasy point after St. Brown went off to the hot start. Basically, if I had started Tez Johnson over Jamison Williams, I would have won by a point. So go figure on that one.
If you started anyone over Jameson Williams, you at least had a chance. But.
Hey, well, I actually might have a good week of fantasy football this week because Jamison Williams and the Lions are on a bye. So
that's what I was going to say.
He can't torpedo my lineup this week. Yeah. So I might be set for a good week here.
I was going to say, this might be your best week so far.
Yeah, I have a feeling it will be. Yeah, it is 100% going to be addition by subtraction. Take no pleasure in saying that because I do think Jamison Williams is a great player. I definitely fault the Lions for misusing him and paying him $80+ million to basically run wind sprints. Way too talented for that. Way too explosive. I think they're nuts not to be getting him the football more, but that's a subject for another day.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and yeah, KMX also chimed in that he liked the deal that you got there. I think probably the most important thing is the context of your team there. You're kind of 1 foot
Yeah.
in, 1 foot out, and you're you're on the outside looking in. So it's certainly an intriguing offer, especially if you can kind of like tweak it. I don't know, like an encounter.
Well, I mean, hey, I mean, do you have any thoughts? I mean, I could certainly counter right here and now. I mean, I don't think it's like too far off. I mean, I think it's a, pretty reasonable offer. I guess I'm just thinking like, am I kind of like all in at that point if I don't have those two first and that second next year? I mean, I'll have a few later picks. But then,
I was just saying my like reaction, by the way, just if I'm in your shoes, because I mean I even am. I was in exactly your shoes before you did the Marvin Harrison trade. And my thing is it's fine, yeah, to trade a first or two away, but on the outside looking in, I'm certainly looking to hang on to those first for dear life. I don't even care if they're late. I love that buying capital, and if you do go in, get some cheap guys. Obviously, the lad's amazing. But I would just love to have some first in the back pocket. Because like imagine going if you miss the playoffs, you have no first. Like that is a nightmare.
Yeah.
And even if you have Lad McConkey, he's awesome. You're almost gonna have like sunk cost fallacy at that point though. Like whether you're just gonna be like stuck with Lad on your roster. You're gonna be like, no, I can't trade him away. Like I sent these two firsts away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like hang on unless you can tweak it and make it maybe some picks coming back or something. That would be my initial. I mean, hey, maybe we can jump in and look after we do the OG dilemma.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and real quick, J Dabs comes in here. Welcome. It says, "What's up, boys? Would you rather have rest of season, Barkley or Jacobs?" Which is a really interesting one.
I'm going Josh Jacobs pretty easily there. I mean, Barkley has been so disappointing. Had him on multiple dynasty teams. I mean, I guess early on, like he did have a handful of like 20-point games, and it was like fine. Like even that felt like a little disappointing, I guess, just relative to what we remember of like, like the second half of last year where it was just like unstoppable and just an absolute league winner. So yeah, even that was disappointing. And then it's gotten like worse from there. And he's like barely getting any rushing attempts even, which is just bizarre from the Eagles. So yeah, I mean, it could get better. I mean, it probably can't get too much worse. So, I mean, his value has definitely taken a big hit in both dynasty and redraft. So, I mean, he might not be a terrible buy at this point, but I mean, Jacobs is trending up. He's a stud. I'll easily take Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Saquon, I mean, at least in Dynasty, one of my biggest fades. I'd almost say he's basically a buy right now as a contender. Like,
yeah.
Especially if you got, like, some, other assets that are maybe overperforming. But
I traded, although I actually did trade away a Saquon share. I also bought one. I bought one from Seb for Xavier Worthy. He decided to go in like a rebuilding direction in this one league, crazy tight end premium league, as I call it. And then the other trade I did with Barkley, it was in no pun intended. So that's a 14-team league. And basically moved it. I mean, it was an interesting deal. You hated this.
I know
what's your feelings on it.
By the way, I was just saying, like, this is how much I hate the deal. Like, Saquon's leg could fall off and not play a game the rest of the season. I still wouldn't like the deal.
Yeah. So basically I got Rico Dowdle, J.K. Dobbins, a second in 2028. And I think I got some fab as well, I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's 14-team league. It's point per carry and everything. So yeah, you're trying to keep the team alive. That's the important part. And hey, Barkley wouldn't have helped anyways this week. By the way, to answer the question of between Barkley and Jacobs, honestly, I'd say that's right now. I'd say that's pretty much even. Though Jacobs is the hotter hand, and in redraft, you kind of just gotta roll who's hot. Like that's kind of the answer. Yeah. They're both really talented older running backs. I'll lean Jacobs, but really not by very much at all, because I do think Barkley can absolutely turn it around. I mean, we cannot forget what he did last year, of course. So
yeah. By the way, we just got a trade completed in the listener league. Do you want to look at this just real quick for fun?
Yeah, absolutely. And
do you want to screen share and pull it up?
Yeah, absolutely. And I see Nahal joined in here, so welcome.
Hey, welcome. Yeah, I know Nahal has a burning start sit question. He DM'd us in Sleeper earlier, so can't wait to hear that. We're definitely here to help, but yeah, glad you made it, Nahal.
Absolutely. And
but basically, I'll just start talking about this trade here. So Seb got Amon-Ra St. Brown, as well as a 26 fourth, and he sent away Zay Flowers and looks like if I can get rid of this, yeah, 226 firsts. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, which I had just sent to him in our Marvin Harrison deal, and as well as 10 fab. So yeah, basically 226 firsts, both projected late, plus Zay Flowers for St. Brown in a fourth.
Yeah,
Interesting deal.
it's not letting me pull this up, unfortunately. I hope you guys can kind of see this on the chat on the right. Hey, Amon Ra is getting tossed around again, who was originally on my team. Uh, and I like this return he got more. Hey, maybe I sold Amon Ra a little too low. Yeah, he gets Zay Flowers and two firsts. I love that as a return. I mean, I would do that. I'm not the biggest Zay Flowers guy, though. I'm saying I'm starting to like Zay Flowers more and more. The worse like he does,
Mhm.
people will begin to yeah, move him down ranks, and he's still a
Yeah,
talented receiver. So I like it, but obviously Amon Ra is killing it. So Seb's trying to
yeah,
win, and Zay Flowers isn't helping him do that very much. It's also too late first, so it's not like there's like some early first in there. It's a fair enough deal, but I do always like the multiple first and the Zay Flowers side generally.
yeah. I mean, I love tear down trades. So yeah, this trade has me written all over it. This is
Yeah,
definitely the kind of deal I could see myself doing in the right situation. Of course, there's a time to keep your studs. But yeah, I do generally like these kind of tear down trades. So yeah, I think it's a good deal for Chase, and yeah, definitely don't think it's crazy for Seb either. I mean, you're getting a stud, you also get the fourth kickback, so I think it's pretty fair.
yeah,
Although, I mean, I was in talks with Seb as well about a similar deal with this. And yeah, I mean, I do feel like Seb could have gotten CD Lamb for a pretty similar price to this.
okay.
I basically made them an offer, and they never really countered. So, but yeah, but still a pretty good deal for both sides there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a fun deal there. So let's just catch up on the chat. KMX says he made his first debatable trade of the year in Dynasty. Traded wait, I traded Olave in my Dynasty over T Higgins, with the news of the Saints wanting him to sign long term, and you wanted to trade him for Higgins. So did you traded Olave for Higgins? Am I reading that correct? A little confused on the wording there, KMX. Clear that one up, unless Dan can give me a second opinion on that one. It sounds like you traded Olave for Higgins.
I traded Olave in my dynasty league over T Higgins. I'm assuming you traded for him.
Yeah, I think he meant to say four. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that would make
traded.
sense.
You probably meant to say I traded for Olave in my dynasty league over T Higgins with the
Yeah,
news of the Saints wanting to sign him long term. I want to
yeah.
trade him for Higgins. Yeah,
He
okay,
just confirmed it.
gotcha.
So,
Okay,
so
so yeah,
yeah,
what do you think? I mean, which player do you prefer in dynasty, Blake?
I'm the biggest. Oh, hey, those expected fantasy points, they're turning into real points, baby. Yeah, I mean, T Higgins is obviously I have not liked him because he's been so expensive, and hey, he gets Flacco to help him out now. Burrow coming back, I think it's a pretty fair deal. I really don't have like too much of a preference. I think Olave is like if he was in Higgins' situation, I would prefer him, but that doesn't really matter because he's not. So yeah, pick your poison there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, let's get Olave a quarterback, Saints, please, please.
All right.
And then J Dabs chimes in on JMO, says, yeah, basically he likes him and he loves him in best ball, but not much else. So
I mean,
agreed.
last year though, I mean, JMO was great in lineup leagues too. I mean, it's really just this year that it's that there's been this issue of, well, I mean, I'd say he's been
I,
consistent, but like it's only been like two good games out of like what seven basically. So it's
yeah.
just been bad. I mean, from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah, again, I'm not gonna dink him for those weird first two seasons. Technically, like really like 1 out of 3 because he didn't play his rookie year like at all. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's been such a weird one with him. I don't know. They're just not using him right. Like that's clearly
Yeah.
it. So I don't know if I really expect anything to like change. Unfortunately, I
It just
wanted.
blows my mind because like all I heard all off season is that like JMO was a star training camp and he's like, the centerpiece of this offense and they're like, the most targeted player in training camp and like just like the featured piece of this offense. It's like, why did they do all that just to not use them at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the risk that you run with the new coaching staff. I know that one was thrown in a lot. You get the new OC in, and I mean, I don't know what else to blame it on other than it's just a different OC. Like,
Yeah, but it's just so weird. It's like, why prepare for something that you don't plan on actually doing?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we see it happen from time to time, unfortunately, and there's just talent players not getting the football.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, he's. I mean, we should almost name this the Jameson Williams
Oh
dilemma
God,
too.
yeah, for
My
real. I mean, like
God.
honestly, like I really don't know what to do with him. I mean, probably like I mean, I still think he's probably a good buy for rebuilders. But yeah, if you're a contender, like I think I agree with you, Blake. I don't know if I want Jameson Williams like anywhere near my contending roster right now
I was like
because I might be
joking,
tempted. You might be tempted
and
to start him, and that's
yeah,
not going to be good.
I was like joking in the chat with Jacob, but like also like not joking at the same time. And I think the best strategy if you own JMO is go find the best team,
Yeah,
and just give him Jameson Williams and try to get as much as you can, and make that guy then be tempted to start Jameson
yes,
Williams.
yes.
Pray he gets zeros as well. Yeah, I mean, dude, he does. That's the one thing I hate players that when you start them, like they don't, you can't rely on them or something. Like I'd rather them be hurt, so I know not to start them. So I know that last year he was actually a guy you can just leave in your lineup all year, and it's like it's
Yeah.
just so annoying this year, unfortunately. So yeah,
That's brutal. And I mean, I think I have like 6 shares of him in Dynasty, so like almost half my
yeah,
leagues. So yeah, I mean, I do think he's a good buy for rebuilders. I mean, if you can get him for like basically a fake first. So I mean, can you get him for like a late second and throw in like Marvin Mims type or someone like that? Like, I mean, I'd like a deal like that. But I mean, hopefully, it shouldn't be too expensive. I mean, see what you can
no,
do,
yeah,
get mean, But if you are a rebuilder, I still just believe in the talent, and I think eventually he'll become fantasy relevant again.
yeah. I mean, I'd still be interested in buying, especially if I'm rebuilding, but nothing close to like a first. Yeah, I'd get
Yeah.
creative with it for sure. And then yeah, the Hold's in here, and then J Dab says it is a dynasty league. Oh, okay. He was saying did that question for Saquon and Jacobs was dynasty. I would say it basically.
Oh,
I'd say it wouldn't really matter. I would look just off of what Saquon did last year. No, but Jacobs was phenomenal last year. I don't know. Honestly, I'll say if you if you J Dabs like Saquon or you like Jacobs more, I'd say it's close enough to just take who you prefer. If you have a preference, and if you Dan, would you take Jacobs over Saquon at this point in Dynasty?
easily. I mean, I don't even feel like it's particularly close. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. I mean, it's probably it's probably closer than maybe I'm making it out to be. But in my mind, it's not even really decision. I mean, Saquon feels like he's trending the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Jacobs is trending the right direction. He's heating up. We also saw him do that last year. I mean, I guess we saw both do that last year. But I mean, running backs are so much about what are they doing right now. So if Saquon isn't producing right now, even if you can just say like, oh, it's only been a couple bad games and he wasn't like that bad before then, but it just doesn't feel good. Just doesn't feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I just remind you though that Jacobs felt awful the first half of last year, and just absolutely turned it on. So yeah, I mean if anyone can do that, it is Saquon. But yeah, I wouldn't blame anyone for going either way. I really don't
Yeah, I
even
mean, like,
know what I would do in that situation, to be completely
yeah, I mean,
honest.
sometimes we see like offensive lines gel as the season goes along. It just takes a little time, and also just some running backs get better as the season goes along. I mean, like Derrick Henry is like the perfect example of that. He always like starts heating up in October and then tends to get like red hot in November and December. So something to keep in mind. I mean, things can change quickly as we've seen already this season. So yeah, I mean, I do think if Saquon's value is really taking a huge hit, feel free to buy him on a contender. But yeah, easily Jacobs. I mean, I just feel so much better about him right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Nahal, I think this might be his start sit question here. It says start
Okay.
4 of these out of the 5. Rice, okay, start. Odunze, Igbuka, AJ Brown, and Ladd. Wow, what a receiver room. So who are you sitting there, Dan? Rice.
Yeah. So wait, let me find the comment so I can look at this visually. So what are how many players is it that he's choosing between? He's
5. He just has to sit one between Odunze, Igbuka, AJ Brown, Ladd, because we're starting Rice for sure.
Okay, Odunze, Ibuka, AJ Brown, Ladd, and then was there one more?
Well, Rice is just you're not going to sit Rice. So.
Oh, Rice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Adunze, it seems like he's cooled down a bit. Who do the Bears play this week?
They play the Ravens, so that could be. I mean, it could be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah,
so
I mean, you're probably starting Adunze. And then Ibuka, I mean, he didn't have a great game against the Lions. I mean, of course, he did come into the game with an injury. Yeah, so he didn't make a huge impact, but I mean, he looked okay. I mean, hopefully he'll be healthier this week. I mean, it's tough to ever sit Ibuka, right? I mean, and now you have Mike Evans out for most of the season.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I would just fire again. Just play your best player. Ibuka's been phenomenal. His bad game was like 12 targets last week. So,
Yeah,
look, I'm just if he's the wrong play, I don't want to be right.
yeah, right.
So it's got to be between AJ Brown and Ladd for me. Goodness.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know
AJ
Ladd's
Brown just had the monster week. Good call by you, Blake. Matt had asked us the start sit question between AJ Brown and Kenneth Walker. I was not on the right side of that. Yeah, but hey, good call by you. But hey, I mean, he was playing your Vikings, and you said that you weren't afraid of that matchup, even though like statistically they had allowed, I think, the fewest points to wide receivers. So I did say like, hey, like your Vikings better, better than I do. So, but yeah, good call there.
Yeah, and then I know Ladd's. Yeah, he's had those couple games. Hey, they're playing the Vikings this week. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'd have to. I don't know who did the Eagles even play. I have no idea.
They play the Giants, so that I mean that's a great
Yeah,
match. You
yeah.
can't bench AJ Brown there.
Yeah, as I say, like, just because AJ Brown, like, literally, and you saw it in the Vikings game, one play and he has a good week. Ladd, yeah, look, I'm sitting Ladd, and it's very close, but I have to sit Ladd here. This thing because I think Odunze can just go nuclear with a touchdown and against the Ravens. Yeah,
I actually think it's an easy decision to sit Lad for one reason: Thursday night football.
there you go.
I'm not saying I'm not. I never start players on Thursday night football, but I don't know what everyone else's experience is. Feel free to weigh in the chat, but I do not tend to have good luck on Thursday night. I mean, you get the occasional shootout and fantasy friendly game, but for the most part, it tends to just be like bad football on both sides of the ball, or at least like one of the teams just completely doesn't show up and it's like a blowout. I don't know. It's just usually like not good football, not a ton of fantasy points. The teams don't have the full week to prepare. So, I mean, you predictably get, some sloppy play. And yeah, honestly, I as much as it's fun to have a game on Thursday, I really wish the NFL would just like do away with it. I mean, I've been saying that for like years now at this point. So if ever there were a tiebreaker in fantasy football, sit the guy playing on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the games have luckily felt a lot better. There's actually been some good Thursday ones, at least this year. Normally they're brutal. Normally they're some of the biggest stinkers ever. So
you could definitely have some regression though. So I feel like we're due for a stinker or two. So yeah. I mean, it sounds crazy to sit Ladd, but hey, like the good news of the Hall is that if that's the decision you're debating between, you're probably going to win your matchup anyways, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and the Hall says AJ Brown was a DNP. So yeah, get a temperature check on him as the week goes on. If he's really banged up or you can just start Ladd. Actually, I guess you don't. Okay, well just join the Discord in the Hall, and we'll help you out on that one because I know Ladd plays Thursday, so. I see why.
Yeah, so you'll have to make that call on Thursday. So see what the practice report is for AJ Brown Thursday. If he's at least like limited, I'm probably not going to worry about it too much. I mean, if you're really concerned, you could start Ladd, and then if AJ Brown is active and you don't want to bench him in that great matchup against the Giants, I guess you could always sit a Dunze at that point who's kind of cooled off. So I wouldn't hate that, but yeah, unless we get some really bad news about AJ Brown before kickoff on Thursday, I'm probably just assuming Brown's going to be fine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm going to repost the Discord for you guys in here, just everyone that's been flowing in. We just made a Discord, so if you guys want to get in touch with us, this will be the best way to do so.
Yeah, you can get in touch with us. You can get in touch with all the other people kind of just associated with our channel. I'm sure a lot of the guests that we've had on the channel will be in the Discord because it's people from the Listener League and other leagues that we play in. People that you've seen in the live chat plenty of times when we've been live streaming before. So there should be a lot of familiar names and faces in there. And it should just be. We're hoping it'll just be a great place for everyone to kind of come together and talk football, talk dynasty, fantasy, yellow beanies, whatever you guys want to talk about. Should be a lot of fun. And I mean, if the listener league is any indication, Blake, I think, I mean, from what I've seen, the listener league, people are always really happy to like help others when someone like asks a
Yeah.
question, like, "Hey, what do you think of this trade in this other league?" I mean, just like instantaneous responses from everyone, everyone sharing really good perspectives and giving their opinions. So I have a feeling the Discord is going to be more of the same.
No, yeah, great place to yeah, get some advice or just talk football, whatever you guys want. And hey, you'll be one of the first ones to join. Also, like we're trying to pick a new logo, so I don't know, but yeah, maybe we're gonna have a little bit of like a logo kind of vote thing. We'll pick our top ones, and you guys can kind of just like, I mean, help us out and give us vote on what you think's the best one. I think that would be a lot of fun.
A logo
Um,
off.
yeah, logo off. So make sure you guys join that up. And then let's keep rolling through the chat here, and then we'll get into the Oronde Gadsden dilemma that's long awaited.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're really teasing it here. Yeah,
That's
we're
right.
making everyone stay to the end, or it won't be that long, but yeah.
yeah. So let's keep going here.
Yeah, so we left off on the Hall, and then let's see what we got after that.
Yeah, trade deadline's coming up, he says, and then JDab says thinks Olave is leaving the Saints. Kind of a double-edged sword. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the teams don't love to let the receivers go. I guess we'll find out on that one. I don't think he's gonna get traded though. That's for sure. And then Kimmich says just yeah on the Olave situation, how Higgins at least provides spike weeks, which is a good point. Nahal wondering why JMO was paid all that money. I'm
Yeah,
sure that's exactly what you're wondering
exactly.
too, Dan.
Yeah.
And yeah, JMO is like I mean, he is like a slightly worse version of Keishon Butte so far. So
That sounds so gross, but yeah, I
yeah,
mean, my God, a slightly worse version of Butte. I mean, did we ever think we'd see the day? But my God, I mean, yeah, Butte's probably has scored more fantasy points this year. I mean, that's crazy.
for sure. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. Probably not by much, but
Not too
he's
much,
had
but
his
yeah.
spike weeks.
But the fact that it's even close, yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, KMX with some more Olave stuff. A lot of his yards, yeah, came on this. Hey, the week before though, he did have like just I don't think he got his like fingertips on it, but it was slightly arranged. So he's almost had like 2 nuclear weeks in a row, which is at least a good thing for Olave. But yeah, got to get those real fantasy points sooner or later here. Hopefully that keeps up.
Yeah, I mean,
Olave truther.
if there's one player that I wouldn't nitpick too much about, okay, 1 week, most of his points came on one catch. I mean, it'd be Olave because he gets so many targets and everything like that. So, I mean, we'll see if this big game is a sign of things to come or not. But, I mean, certainly good to see if you're an Olave owner.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, just been waiting for one of those I mean, pretty much his whole career. Like, I think that was the best game of his entire career, hilariously enough, but barely.
Yeah, it seems like in the games where he has 100 yards, he usually like doesn't score a touchdown. So it's like he just can't seem to do like both in the same game, like have a lot of yards and score.
I'll never forget. This is just like the biggest evidence of Chris Olave is just an absolute baller. He had 0 targets and 0 catches when Derek Carr was in the game against the Vikings, a year or two ago, when Jameis Winston was the backup, so I guess 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston entered the game in the fourth quarter, and I think Olave finished with like 9 targets and like one of his better like fantasy performances of the year.
Yeah.
1 quarter. That was
Wow.
1 quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Dude, it's crazy like how big of a difference a quarterback change can make sometimes. Even when you're going to like a backup quarterback who in theory should be worse than the starter, right? But so many times we see that backup come in and just start slinging it around, and then all of a sudden like fantasy points are aplenty. So it's just crazy how that's the case a lot of times.
I swear they just like don't care about their like QB rating or anything like that, or just like
GAF. That's why we call it the DGAF quarterback.
Yeah. So I'll always believe in Olave until there's reason not to. But I do love that he's always been, big time discounted recently with the concussion stuff.
Yeah. And, by the way, just got a notification that Nigel joined the Dynasty Savvy Discord. So, hey, thanks for joining, Nigel. I assume you're watching right now. And, hope to see some others joining as well. Also, we got, 8 people watching right now. Good to have everyone here. Make sure you drop us a like. Really helps a lot. And, if you want to see us, like, continue doing the streams, best thing you can do is just make sure you're subscribed. Really helps us a lot. Really appreciate also all the support.
Yeah, no, for sure. So Ooh, yeah, Goddard or KMX was saying about the Thursday night thing. Goddard had a massive Thursday night, so that yeah, that I think I played against Goddard in a league or two there. That was brutal.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, for
those
sure. I mean, like the Thursday games have been a little better this year. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's like a deciding factor per se, but I mean, if it's really close between a couple of players, like I'm going to go with the guy not playing Thursday. That's just me personally.
and there's an
If,
increased chance of injury. Like that's just a fact.
oh,
It's a
by
literal
playing on a
fact.
short week.
Yeah, there's research in that. It's not a ton, but it is an increased chance of injury.
Yeah. So, I mean, make no mistake. I'm not saying like, oh, this stud on your roster is unstartable because he's like playing on Thursday. Like, hell no. I mean, like, start your best players. But I'm just saying, like, if you're choosing between like a Dunze and Lad McConkey and like, oh man, like, which guy do I go with? Like, I think it's a fine tiebreaker to use.
Yeah, especially if it's not like a blatantly obvious matchup. I agree. Like, which I don't like. I mean, I know the Vikings have been technically one of the better ones, or no, one of the worst ones. But like, I don't know. It depends on like the game style. Like, I'm not seeing the Vikings as a matchup for Lad and being like, yup, Lad's gonna kill it. He might. I have no idea. There's so many mouths to feed there.
Yeah.
Which we'll get in with the Oronde Gadsden parts. That I just had a much more confidence for the Eagles last year to get something done through the air.
Yeah. I'm personally not feeling a huge game from Lad this week.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised he racks in his 7 or 8 targets, and hey, if he gets in the end zone, he gets in the end zone, kind of.
Yeah, and he's coming off 2 big weeks. I mean, well, yeah, with all the weapons in that offense, he's probably due for a stinker here, honestly.
Yeah, or at least like a mid-ish
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 catches for 50, 60 yards, something like that. I could see.
Yeah, and then KMX said he'll definitely join, so that's awesome. And Nahal said, "Yeah, is this the new Discord? How is this the first time I've heard us talk about this? It's because hey, we just released it today. In fact, I actually just made it today. So,
yeah, exactly. It is hot off the presses. So
yeah, very bare bones right now. And also, if you guys, especially if you guys know anything about Discord, I've actually used Discord a decent amount in the last like 5 years. But if you guys got suggestions for the Discord, let us know. That will be very useful.
Yeah.
And we can keep adding things in there that you guys want and need. And yeah, and Seb checked in about his St. Brown trade, which we went over. So yeah, that's a fun one. And yeah, KMX agreeing about the Lave talent. Never a question. Get that man a quarterback. Hey, I'm saying just go get Tua there. I don't know. That's the ultimate brain mush heads combining. Come on. That's got to be an awesome connection. But it would have to be better than Ritter or whatever Rattler. So Nahal says Fannin or Gadsden. Okay, let's go into the Gadsden conversation finally.
Yeah.
Maybe we can also answer that while we go through here. Dan, so as the Gadsden truther, what
I like to call myself president of the Oronde Gadsden fan club.
That's right. As president of the Oronde Gadsden fan club, what's your take right now of like you own them, you actively have these shares, you probably got some offers. What answer me this. What do you think he's worth right now? And number 2, do you think you should be buying at this very second in Dynasty? Because in redraft, people probably just picked him off the waiver wire or whatever. He's probably still dirt cheap, so this will be more of a Dynasty conversation. Though it certainly relates to redraft. Would you be looking to buy this week, or would you be looking to wait for that Thursday night game, and buy him after, maybe at a slightly
right?
less
Hope
price?
he has a dud, and then like buy him at that point. I certainly think that could be a viable strategy. I don't know. You could just miss your window, though. I mean, there still could be that owner out there that just thinks like, okay, maybe that game was a bit of a fluke. He has his stats: 9 targets, 7 catches, 164 yards, and a touchdown. He played on 79% of the snaps. I mean, his snaps have gone up every single week since week 3 when he first, got into game action for the Chargers. So yeah, I mean, if there's a manager out there that just kind of thinks that, okay, this is a 5th round draft capital tight end who wasn't supposed to be a whole lot and wasn't worth that much as of a month ago or whatever. If someone thinks that they're selling high, selling high on Puka Nacua like his rookie season, I'd be willing to buy right now. So I think it's worth exploring because you just never know when that window is going to close. So if you go to, try to buy a share and it turns out the owner is just asking for the moon and it's just ridiculous, okay, well, then you have your answer. Don't buy him now. See what happens. Wait for him to have a down game and then, try again at that point. But, I mean, if I own Gadsden, and obviously, yeah, I own many shares in Dynasty. I mean, I'd be terrified to sell him right now, honestly. I mean, even if I got like an offer that seemed fair, like if someone offered me like a late first and let's say even some kind of like halfway intriguing throw in. I mean, I'm trying to think of like what a good example that would be. Like who's like a rookie who has some intrigue, but like hasn't like totally hit yet. Maybe was going in like round like 2 through 4 in rookie drafts. Like what would be a good example? Like Jaden Higgins or someone like that. So even if someone offered me like, okay, a late first and Jaden Higgins, I don't know. Like I'd still be afraid to sell him if we're talking a tight end premium of 0.75 or higher. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, it definitely feels like he might just be like this year's Puka Nakua in terms of that rookie that you got in either round 4 or round 5 or for Fab, on waivers after your rookie draft. He might just be that guy. I mean, I always just loved him as a player. I mean, when you watch this guy play, like even like just in college, like I mean, he jumps off the screen. I mean, yeah, I just like instantly fell in love once I started watching him. So yeah, I'm not even really looking to cash out at this point. Like I'm just thrilled to own him, and I want to see where this goes. Like I mean, I'm not sure we've hit his peak of value yet. I mean, especially in big tight end premium leagues.
Yeah, I mean it's very very difficult. It's basically the exact same. Like everything I want to say is the same as Fannin. It's like okay, like
Oh yeah.
when we both looked at the tape and stuff like that, especially at Gadsden. I mean, when we looked at him, he just looks like a receiver. He doesn't look like a
Oh,
tight end
dude,
at
it's
all.
insane. I mean, and also like, I mean, I remember the one thing that always stands out from like his highlights from college was just like there was this one play where he just does this like ridiculous stop start like on a dime, and like the defender goes on ice skates into the sideline, and it was just like holy crap. Like, I mean, you just do not. I mean, you have to see it to fully appreciate it, but like you just do not see tight ends being able to stop and start like that. I mean, it was unreal. So yeah, I just love him. I mean, he had the Darren Waller comparisons from the coaching staff in the offseason from coaches that actually coached Darren Waller, like in his prime, like in, whether Baltimore or the Raiders or whatever. So yeah, I mean, just everything's good with him. I mean, heck, I mean, I'm sure Jacob will could come on and sing the praises of his metrics. I haven't looked at them recently. That would be interesting to pull up, like maybe pull up a player profiler at some point here. If we want to do a screen share and kind of look at what his metrics are in terms of like yards per route run, targets per route run. But I mean, they definitely been trending in the right direction. I have to think they're really good right now.
His yards per route run will by default be like probably the best in the NFL because he just broke the rookie tight end record for receiving yards in history or for past 40 years or something like that. So yeah, he'll be looking pretty good on that front. What is interesting and one thing, especially like going to this Thursday night game because he literally plays tomorrow. I am especially like it feels more safe if you have a couple Gadsdens. At least I have 2 Gadsdens in Dynasty, and I actually have them in 2 redraft leagues, luckily. So nice. I have enough to be like, all right, well, I can kind of see where this goes. I'm certainly not looking to sell them. Though a first on the table would certainly be interesting, especially if there's a deal around it where you're kind of getting a first from them. Maybe you're getting some production in it. You can kind of get creative. That would be tempting. But Gadsden did. I was just looking. The one thing to note, at least in this, is that was a nuclear like pass script game. I think Ladd had 15 targets. Keenan had 14. Yeah. Gadsden had 9. And QJ even had 6. So it was a kind of this nuclear game. They were just letting it rip. Also, they don't even like have a really like a run game with unless Vidal plays Miami or whatever potentially. Hampton might be coming back. Maybe they kind of shift a little more run heavy, and obviously they're not going to be like throwing the ball 55 times again. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the week 1, the week 1 Bengals or not Bengals, Bills game, where it was like Keon Coleman had I'm not saying this is at all
Yeah,
the same thing, but it's the same game script where people were
yeah,
going nuts about Keon Coleman. He actually had a really mid target. Well, I think it was solid, but it was not like anything nuts. Gadsden had a solid 16% target share in this previous week. Very good for a tight end, but nothing I don't know, insane. So that's one thing to keep in mind is that he was phenomenal per target. But Herbert's not gonna be throwing the ball 55 times.
yeah. But here's why that's okay, because every year in the NFL we have a bunch of rookie tight ends that play. And inevitably, throughout the course of the season, a bunch of those rookie tight ends, I'm sure, have found themselves in similar game scripts to this, where it became a shootout. Both offenses were throwing the ball a lot, and no rookie tight end has basically ever had a game like this, at least like in the last 40 years or whatever you were saying
Oh
there,
yeah.
Blake, in a really long time, if ever. So this just doesn't happen. I mean, like, he's a tight end. I mean, like, he's supposed to take a while to develop, right? I mean, it's just crazy to be seeing this in his fifth NFL game. This is his fifth NFL game. He didn't play the first two. I mean, either way, even if you called it like the seventh, but he didn't even play the first two. In terms of when he actually played, it's his fifth. I mean, you're just not supposed to be able to do this. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
definitely buying it. I would be willing to buy him on the way up, especially in big tight end premium leagues.
Yeah, I mean the key is can I get him without a first? If so, I'm
Oh,
absolutely doing it. Yeah. I
absolutely.
mean, but yeah, with all that being said about I mean, he's obviously a very good player. Like let's be clear about that. I don't
Yeah.
think he's Keon Coleman or something like that. Who I particularly am not a quick Keon Coleman guy.
Mhm.
But yeah, absolutely buying it. But when a first gets put on the table, all right, especially if it's not like the best teams first. Certainly interesting, especially again, maybe that's not the deal. One for one, you can kind of get some interesting things in there. You can give up a player and get someone you really like that's really productive.
Yeah.
That would be very, I think, an interesting way to get off of them, especially if you own like 10. I mean, basically, if I was in your for a portfolio, I'd be
Yeah.
looking to get a first for him in various leagues, especially if it really made sense.
Yeah.
And then if he ends up being I don't know like way worth way more
Better.
than that. Okay,
Yeah.
boohoo! I got 9 or 8 or whatever left.
Yeah, and so at the end of the day, yeah, you probably got like a first plus for him. So yeah, I definitely don't hate that. I'm gonna have to think about it. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I already kind of did that once, but it was with a second and a third, and some throw-ins. That's basically what I got for the one share of Oronde Gadsden that I sold, because I had 11 shares. So I sold one to Jacob in the listener league, and yeah, I mean, I'm good with that because, like, as you said, Blake, if I end up regretting that trade, I'm gonna be really happy because all my other 10 shares hit. So that's exactly what ended up happening. So yeah, definitely don't mind that process. I could kind of do that again, but this time get a first plus rather than a second plus. So I don't hate that, but man, like, he's just a guy I'm kind of terrified to send away right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's why first would probably need to be on the table or something very very
Yeah.
attractive in a
Oh yeah.
deal. Certainly not sending them away for peanuts.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I did send out an offer by the way for Gadsden and a 2 premium, like 2 PPR for tight end.
Yeah.
I'm sending a first away, and it was
Okay.
I received Gadsden and I received Devonte Adams because I really need
Oh,
Devonte Adams.
that's great.
So yeah, I
Love
mean
it.
it's kind of giving me some flashbacks to like a Tillman trade I made last year,
Mhm.
but. I mean, it's literally an identical trade, which aged awful. I mean, that actually might be one of my. I mean, I don't know, it wasn't like the worst trade in the world, but a terrible trade that I really liked at the time. So I think Gadsden's gonna be hopefully better than Tillman. But
Oh yeah, and
uh,
I would send a late first for Gatson and Devontae Adams all day. I mean, that
yeah,
that would be an absolute bargain in my opinion.
yeah. So I'm waiting to hear back on that one, but I thought that would be a fun way to get some youth, get some production, and actually for maybe production for both of them.
I mean,
By getting youth
I
in
would
there.
even add a late second to that, especially if the other manager could like kick me back like a third or fourth or something like that. I mean,
Yep.
because think about it, like, I mean, I think Gatson is worth at least a late first at the minimum. So pay, obviously you ideally you wouldn't want to pay like an actual first, but that certainly wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to just pay a late first to get Gatson. Then you're getting Devonte Adams for like a late second, and then you even get like a late pick kicked back to yourself. So that would be even that would be a sweet deal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say with caution about Gadsden, it's literally impossible to predict. But throughout the year as we go, I mean, you're probably not gonna have to worry about it if he's like legit. Just this year's like kind of Puka Nacua, or he's looking like a Tyler Warren level. Like I'm trying to think of a guy in a previous year that was just like a monster tight end. I don't know, whatever. But as long as he's that dominant, you probably don't have to worry about it. But if I don't know, if he's not like completely nuclear, but is a really impressive rookie season, I don't know. Is there a chance he gets Michael Mayer? Hopefully not. I mean, I don't know. We see weird things happen. Like again, Kenneth Walker, they drafted Charbonnet, things like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The only reason that you would probably have to worry about that is because he was like a 5th round pick. And then I don't know about his blocking ability. I can't say that he's good or bad at it, but that could be a weird thing where the Chargers would do something. I don't know. So it's really impossible to predict. But just one thing in Dynasty to at least keep in the back of your mind as the season progresses, because we do see a ton of players just get nuked in the draft, especially like rookies. I mean, think about Jalen McMillan. He was nearly worth a first at the end of the offseason, and then the last thing you think they're going to do is draft Emeka Egbuka and bring back Chris Godwin as well, and they do. So,
I mean, that's always a risk, and I think that is it's a good reminder of that, and definitely something to keep in mind. But maybe I'd be like more concerned if it was like a running back, with the 5th round draft capital, even if the running back was like playing pretty well. But I mean, I guess the tight end could have the same risk. I mean, I don't really, I wouldn't like associate it with that as much with the tight end personally. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to overthink it. I mean, just what he's doing is just different and special. It's just not something that you really like ever see. So those are the kind of situations where I'm going to say like this is the exception to the rule. And like same with like Puka Nacua. I mean, those first 2 games, I mean, how many targets did he have in like his first 2 games? I mean, it was like insane. It was an NFL record for a rookie. Yeah. And it's just like, you don't just step on an NFL field and like command like 18 targets or like whatever crazy number it was. We could double check it. That's why, when that happened, it was like, oh, this is 100% legit. I mean, I remember my buddy Joel, I always help with his redraft team every year, kind of just advise him during the draft and throughout the season. And I remember that, Puka Nacua's rookie year, he had like the big blow up week 1. And I said, drop all your fab on him. Just get this guy. You know what I mean? Like, this is legit. Like, I already like this guy, 18 targets or whatever. Like, this guy is legit. Like, get him. I don't know if he put 100% on his fab, but he put a ton. He put an aggressive bid in, got him, and he was pretty much a league winner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, what he's doing is absolutely phenomenal so far. So I mean, I'm pretty excited to watch. Especially, I love that he plays on Thursday night.
Oh hopefully, yeah, and see, that's another reason why like why I'm thinking like I'm not afraid to send out an offer for him. I mean, I don't know if I will because like there aren't too many leagues where he's available.
That's right.
A little humble brag there, but yeah. People are actually some people might be just seeing him play for the first time tomorrow because it's a primetime game on Thursday. Everyone's going to be watching it. And so, even if he doesn't have like a monster game, but even if he just has like a few catches where, he looks really good, it's like, oh man, like, they're just like laying eyes on him for the first time. Like once that happens, it might just be impossible to wrangle him away from an owner at that point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the primetime game, it can go phenomenal for you. I mean, the only way it goes bad, I guess, is if he gets, like, randomly, like, 0 catches or something, which seems unlikely. I mean, that would happen for any player. So, there's a lot more good to come with one of these primetime games than bad. Even if he just puts up kind of like a mid-game, but puts on a good move.
Exactly. Yeah, he does one of those stop and starts and makes the defender look silly. It's like, oh, my God, like, who is this guy? Last question, though, about Gadsden, because, this is kind of what prompted the conversation in the chat, is like Gadsden versus Fannin in Dynasty. I think that's a really interesting discussion. I mean, we actually talked about this very thing on a recent stream, the 100 sub stream, where when we had Jacob on. And, the 3 of us talked about that. And I basically said that, like, I think the 2 of them are closer than the market would have you believe. That seems to have aged pretty well. I mean, I basically said like, I'd want like at least a second, at the time to move from, Fannin to Gadsden. And part of that was, because I think I could get that, what I mean? It wasn't even a reflection of like, oh, I think, there's, that much difference between them. I really did think that they were, actually closer than most people realize. And I mean, you and Jacob didn't quite think so, but I'm assuming I'm assuming your opinion on that has changed.
Well, you go out and you break a, a literal record. Well, I guess I would say like NFL history, but okay, I guess it's been like 40 years. You put up 164 receiving yards. Yeah, okay, like it's
Yeah,
gonna change. Like so,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, between him and Fannin, honestly, I'm pretty tossed up. I have actually no idea. I mean, again, I heard some people ask that in a chat that we're in,
yeah, yeah.
and everyone makes good points. One has probably a better opportunity for targets to be kind of like an alpha, but a bad quarterback or questionable. Another one, a good quarterback, but tons of target competition. So honestly, like I generally have no clue at this point.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
I
I think they're basically even. I mean, I think they're both. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, I remember seeing that in that league chat that you referenced there, and pretty much what I said is like I think they're both studs. You know, I'll take whichever one's cheaper, and I'll take something on top of that player. But I would be thrilled with either one of these guys. But yeah, regardless of which one I owned, if the owner of the other one came to me and says, "Hey, like, you know, let's swap tight ends, and I'll give you." I mean, gosh, like even just like a third on top, or I mean, just something like semi interesting. Like, I don't see why I wouldn't do that at this point.
No, yeah, I mean, basically, like, if I could get a grasp on who's actually going to score more points rest of the season, it could be Gadsden because
Yeah,
if Njoku comes back and if he doesn't get traded, again, there's a lot up in the air. Like, I have no idea. Like, honestly,
right.
I can make a good case for either. I want whoever's going to score more points. That's pretty much that's all that really matters in Dynasty
Yeah,
is between these two guys. Whoever has the better season is going to be worth more, and that's technically who I want. So yeah, I what you said though is what I agree with. If you can get something going from one to the other, I'm pretty much willing to do that this very second. If one then takes I don't know, maybe a more step to being more fantasy relevant than the other, honestly it could be Gadsden. If I'm just thinking it through, right? I mean,
yeah.
Fannon's not in the greatest situation. We've also seen him play more games and even have kind of an opportunity. I know it was like a really bad weather week last week.
Yeah, but
He
he
was
was
a
still
little bit disappointing.
disappointing. I mean, like my brother in his redraft league, like started Fannin over Devonta Smith, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that did not go so well. Thankfully, he still won his matchup, but yeah, it was disappointing even with the weather. I mean, I thought even if the weather is bad, like you know, shouldn't the tight end be like that nice security blanket for those short passes in the middle? So
they
his
just
game was
didn't.
definitely disappointing, and it highlights the fact that this is a crappy Browns offense with a crappy quarterback. So yeah, like honestly, like you could pretty make a pretty good case that you'd rather have Gadsden the rest of the season for like redraft. And if that's the case, his dynasty value is going to be higher. So you could really argue Gadsden would have the slight edge over Fannin at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. But by the way, what you just said, though, I would not put anything into what Fannon's game was like last week. I'd
Yeah.
actually like be looking to buy if because
Oh, 100%. Yeah. If I can get
what's his name?
Fannin a tight end premium for a fake first, like all day.
There was 18 pass attempts. There was 55 the week before, by the way,
Wow.
from the Browns. Then 18 because
Yeah.
they won 31-6 in a crappy weather game. Yeah, they didn't need to
Yeah.
pass the ball. So, yeah, I mean, like Fannin, we can't even really dink him. I mean, hey, his target
Yeah,
share
but
might have been
also,
good.
I mean, this game was in Cleveland, right? That's where the crappy weather was. Well, I mean, I'm pretty
Was
sure.
it? Yeah, I'm not sure. Both are outside, so.
I'll double check. It was against the Dolphins. Yeah, it wasn't in Miami. So the game was in Cleveland. Well, where does Harold Fannin play half his games? In Cleveland, Ohio,
Yeah.
right? So they have really bad weather there. They get the lake effect, you know, off of Lake Erie there, and that's going to happen. It's only going to get worse as the season goes along, and we, you know, head into late fall and winter. So, I mean, not every game is going to be like, you know, have weather that horrible, but you know, generally speaking, like it's not going to be great weather in Cleveland the rest of the season.
Hey, Chargers play inside, so don't gotta worry about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this has been a really interesting conversation because, like, yeah, I feel like I was kind of like honestly, like after this monster game, kind of leaning Gadsden slightly over Fannin, but I think that's kind of solidified in my mind. I don't think there's much of a difference. Again, like I'd be happy to take, you know, I mean, I don't know, would I take like Fannin in a third for Gadsden? I don't know. It's a tough one. I probably would. I probably would. Especially if it had a chance to be like an early third or something like that. I would definitely take Fannin in a second for Gadsden. So yeah, if I can get anything meaningful on top, like I'm still like thrilled to get Fannin. I mean, I think he's a stud in his own right, and I think he'll have some big, you know, big spike weeks the rest of the season, even on a bad offense with a questionable quarterback. And I mean, hopefully they go to Shador Sanders at some point if you know Gabriel continues not to get the job done. But man, definitely two tight ends that you're just thrilled to own in Dynasty or really just about any format right now.
Yeah. I mean, tight ends have been awesome this year. I mean, we got
Oh yeah,
Ferguson, all the guys balling. Waller was balling until he gets put on IR. So,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, tight ends. Also, by the way, National Tight End this week,
yeah.
and it's the apocalypse. So there's gonna
Oh
be a
yeah.
lot of tight ends you're gonna be
Hey,
needing
we're,
to
we're, we're gonna have to
flex.
be running like 13 and 14 personnel in some of our fantasy
Yeah.
lineups, perhaps. Pack those flex spots with some tight ends, possibly. I mean, if that's the best you got, and it's been kind of a viable strategy this year. I mean,
Oh,
I
100%.
talked about it that I've been doing that in my redraft league, and heck, I should have done it even more because I benched Gadsden. So yeah, I mean, tight end has been super deep this year.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. Yeah, I mean, a lot of tight ends in my dynasty leagues, in my flexes. So yeah, a lot of good rookie tight ends, and yeah, Mason Taylor's been solid. I know he was disappointing last week, but
Yeah,
honestly, like I don't even know if I want to blame him for that because like what
yeah.
a mess that quarterback
Oh
situation
God.
is. So yeah,
Yeah.
Tyrod comes in and throws 2 picks as well, which doesn't help.
Mm.
Yeah, good. I don't know. Good luck for those pass catchers in New York, but a lot of good rookie tight ends. We did know it was a good class, and there's still guys out there like Ferguson and hey, Loveland. Might get an opportunity this week if Komet's out
Mm.
because he got banged up and left the game last week. So
Oh, interesting.
tons, yeah, tons of opportunity for
Yeah.
more tight end breakouts.
I saw Jake Ferguson, I believe, had his first touchdown. He only had it was I think it was just like one catch for a 30-yard touchdown, if I'm not mistaken.
For a second, I was like, Jake Ferguson's first touchdown. What's his
Oh
name?
wait, I'm sorry,
Terrence?
Terrence.
Yeah,
Terrence Ferguson.
Terrence.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
the Ferg Bros, non Bros, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. He did get a nice touchdown. Actually, I think it was his second touchdown. I could be wrong on that one. I don't know. I thought he randomly found the end zone a couple weeks ago, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he had a nice catch for a touchdown regardless. It might have been his first or
Yeah,
second.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing tight ends develop faster and faster. I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, we didn't even mention like Tyler Warren, who's just been such a stud as a rookie, just like right from jump. So it's crazy. I don't know. Like, is this an anomaly, or I mean, it does seem like things have been kind of slowly trending this way. But I mean, do you ever remember a year where this many rookie tight ends have like hit this quickly? I mean, it's unreal.
No, I mean, rookie tight ends never do really anything. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it does seriously seem like a trend because every year
Mm-hmm.
we just see one top the next. I mean, Tyler Warren might top Bowers at this rate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, tight ends are, I don't know, maybe this is the position changing, the way that they're using them in the offense. I don't know. We'll have to.
Yeah, or maybe they're just like coming into the NFL like more prepared, more NFL ready somehow. Maybe they're getting
Yeah.
coached better in college. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's great to see in any case.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's catch up in chat. I hope that helped people with Dynasty. I think that's like as best of an outlook as we can give, especially hey
Yeah.
answering that Fannin and Gadsden question in the process.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, after we go through the chat, I mean, I think there are some other good players we could talk about as well. Like, I mean, we kind of saw some like, can we call like, can we call them mini breakouts for players like Jalen Knoll, Tez Johnson, Brashard Smith? Like, I mean, these are really interesting players that we definitely have. We've been fans of these players and buying them up in Dynasty, stashing them. So really good to see. Really good to see some signs of life from some of these guys. So we'll probably get into those players as well.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun to talk about. KMX says, or actually, Nahal was mentioning the random Pats RB3 that got like more work than Henderson.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he got like 5 carries or something at like the end of the game or something like
Yeah,
that.
I just saw like Henderson's stat line. I was like, oh my God, like I mean,
Yeah.
he barely touched the ball. Like, did this guy play?
Yeah, I like this is just insane what's going on
Yeah.
there in New England. Like, I don't know. I mean, I almost like don't even want to speculate because like, does it matter? He's like not touching the field. I mean, there's another guy, a good guy to talk about. This is basically my take on Henderson right now. In Dynasty, as long as you aren't like completely overexposed, if you have like a portfolio,
Mhm.
I'm still willing to just like blindly bet. I don't like until I'm until he is actually like proven to be trash. Because just think this through for a second, right? Like Henderson, I don't think anyone's paying a first for him right now, right? We can agree on that. No one in the right mind would
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
one.
I don't know
Okay,
why you would. You don't have to.
exactly. Now, what I would like to say is, okay, let's take a look at some running backs in recent memory. If Travion Henderson is really disappointing because of the expectations we had, especially for me, like what I had expectations and people
Mm.
that had, similar expectations. Well, remember a guy like Trey Benson, right? Does absolutely nothing his rookie year. Was drafted third round. The expectations were lower, but they were still relatively high. He played behind James Conner, who is a better back than Ramondre at least. He just goes into year two as a handcuff. He's still worth I don't know, like a nice second. And Connor goes down. I mean, he's already like kind of pushing that first round territory before he even plays a goddamn snap. So it's a good reminder of like, okay, like how low can you actually get on Travion Henderson? We don't have proof he's bad. I mean, he's was a really good prospect, and it's just like, okay, well, if you can get him, the key in buying him in Dynasty is just do not like kill your team doing it.
Yeah.
If you're a rebuilder, he's such an obvious buy. Just blindly buy him on the talent, and just can you use Keenan Allen in the deal? Can you use Devontae Adams in the deal or something like that if you can afford it? I don't know. Is it? I can't see how that's a bad process. Even if he is like not that good of a running back. Again, I don't even think Trey Benson's that good. Like the hype train was all over. So you really don't need to do much. Like as a running back, you just need to like if you're not good, you can actually just luck into being good. And he's got the name capital. So yeah, I mean, like, I think there's a lot of outs for him, and then also he could just be good, and, I mean, he's barely touched the ball. We don't really know what's going on there, and the O-line just is trash anyways in Patriots this year, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, would you send a late first for Travion Henderson and Devontae Adams, like the pair?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I feel really good about Devontae Adams, so, I mean, he should get me cleared for the year on production, and then, you know, a late first for Travion is a stash. I mean, basically, if he ever gets a role, I mean, he's automatically worth that the second he gets a role.
I mean,
so
I still think he's a talented player, and his time will come. So yeah, I'd definitely be able to be willing to buy him at the right price, just kind of on faith in the talent. And I mean, just think of all the hype in the offseason. I mean, that just didn't come from nowhere. I mean, there were reasons for it, and we'll probably see it come to fruition at some point, sooner or later. But what if it was Keenan Allen? Would you do it for Keenan Allen and Travion Henderson late first?
Like, I still want to say yes, but I would be very careful because, again, team context and stuff matters. Like, again,
let's say you're the favorite to win the championship.
See, that's where you got to be a little bit careful because, okay, if I think Keenan Allen can finish out... If I think Keenan Allen can finish out the season, which we can't really predict, but he's like the wide receiver 8 right now. He's technically kind of just like Devontae Adams anyways. So right. I think you can easily justify that, by the way. I do think you can absolutely do that deal, and that could age really, really well just with Travion himself, and you get the production. I would say caution, though, because there might be something even better and also young that you can buy with that first. So it's like, is it the best thing I can get? I don't know if it is. That's certainly a tempting deal, especially if you can kind of work a little, nitpick in there. Okay, can I get, can I add a third in for like some, I don't know, if you like Jacoby Myers or something in the deal, whatever. Just like there are other ways to kind of benefit out of the trade. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, if you can get Henderson, it's just especially if you don't need him at all for not a first,
right?
And especially for just like kind of assets on a decline, I would recommend it just off as a process move. Like, it doesn't even matter if you think it's going to happen this year. It's just, like, literally if something would happen to Ramondre, like, they're not going to play that. I pray they don't play that third-day running back over Henderson. I mean, like, he would just be nuclear off of receiving. I actually did look into some receiving stuff on Henderson, at least. When he's got out there, thankfully, he's actually had some really good, like, receiving stats, like a really, really good target share. It's been one of the best of the running backs in the NFL. Again, really small sample because he has like 15 or 19 targets only or something. But he's at least been kind of a PPR scam when out there, which is why part of the reason I loved him in the first place. So in redraft, good luck, by the way. So if you own or you drafted him, I don't know. I think you just got to hang on to him and just pray something happens or changes. But
yeah, I mean, it'd have to be a very shallow league to drop him. But I don't know. I mean, at this point, I couldn't totally blame someone. But, man, you could definitely live to regret that. I mean, we see it every year with rookies breaking out in the second half of the season. So this would probably be, like, the worst time to drop them. But if it's, if you're in, like, an 8-team league or something, okay, sure, drop Travion Henderson. Also, Blake, Nahal says, let's talk about my boy Travis Hunter. He has arrived. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's taken us this long.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of forgot about that, but man, like monster game for Travis Hunter. I just pull up his stat line here. So yeah, against the Rams, 14 targets, 8 catches, 101 receiving yards, one receiving touchdown. Even had a rushing attempt. Yeah, his first NFL rushing attempt. Man, I mean, yeah, I mean, I was still. I figured this would probably come at some point, but like, man, like I didn't specifically expect it this week. Great to see. I do have one share of Travis Hunter in Dynasty. And yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride up to this point, but
To say the
man,
least.
I mean, what a great game to go out on like before their bye week here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and then you get the bye week, so hopefully there's more of that to come. Honestly, as the I don't know, maybe I'm the president of the Travis Hunter
Yeah,
fan
yeah.
club.
Or you're at
I,
least the resident, Travis Hunter truther on the
as
channel.
yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping for good things to come. I'm staying grounded though. I'm just like, okay, we BTJ did leave that game. I think later in the game, which certainly
Yeah.
propelled it. Again, it was like a garbage time touchdown, so I don't want to get like too into. He dominated. It was, I mean, kind of a sketchy or like an asterisk, at least onto how dominant of a performance it ended up being for fantasy. Uh, the box score makes it look a little bit better than what it was.
Mhm.
But he's like, I mean, that is exactly what you want to see for Travis Hunter if you own him. Yeah, even in like a really shallow redraft league, someone dropped him. I just like scooped him up, and
Oh, nice.
hey, that's awesome. I'll kind of see what's going on. So I think redraft, hey, hopefully he's not on a waiver wire. Hopefully you didn't let him like stay on there. If so,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, it just I don't know what else really there's to say. I mean,
I mean,
I guess maybe it's proof by the way that like if BTJ goes down, like could be a very high ceiling. I
yeah.
would say that is a good thing to come, and he's just a talented receiver. We know that. I don't think that's ever been the
Oh
question.
yeah, absolutely. So I mean, yeah, we always knew the talent was there. So to see the volume come now and actually the production come is super exciting. So yeah, I mean, it feels like sky's the limit. Not that we want to get like too crazy with it or anything, but I do wonder like kind of where the market is at with Travis Hunter because it has been such like a roller coaster ride in terms of his value and the narrative on him and everything, and the concerns, and I mean it's been a roller coaster.
Oh, bear with us here. I think we cut out.
A chance to move off of him and sell him. So could he be a good kind of buy high possibly right now?
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely could be. I mean, that's my question. If I know he's not going to do anything next week, then I'm not buying him right now. If I think he's going to do something next week, then yeah, I mean, hey, you might as well get your chips in. If you think he's going to run it back up again, he could. Yeah, I mean, obviously, start skyrocketing again in value. Actually, Coda sent right before the stream here sent a trade of Travis Hunter for a first, and it's like we can get Hunter for a first. And so I haven't actually like even really responded or anything because we're just about to go live.
Yeah.
But I think it's very interesting because that's the same one where I got sent out the Gadsden and Devontae Adams for a first,
Oh, okay.
and it's kind of a question. It's the same thing kind of with Henderson. It's like, hey, I don't know, is it the best you can do because in a specific team scenario, which I am in this one, it's like holy crap, like if we send a first away, like we also like want to get production. Like we really need to get production. So like I don't know. Maybe there's like a way to alter the deal around that again, where I'm actually kind of getting something I feel like is guaranteed production because I don't know that Travis Hunter is like a guy. He could kind of be like JMO in a sense, where it's like, okay, if I plug him in my lineup, like I don't know, am I gonna get 3 points or am I gonna get this week 7 performance? Like I don't know. So it's kind of this a tough thing. I think like if I'm a rebuilder, like hey, I think I like him for a first, but I mean like I just don't see how he could be like less than that. But as a contender, I don't know. I mean there might be better things to do with your first, so it's kind of this really tough. I don't know,
Yeah.
kind
So
of
I mean,
dilemma.
you wouldn't pay like a late first and a late second at this point for him if you were a contender.
Well, I mean, I think the key is like, do you think he's a contending? Like, do you think he can help you unless you have a lot to work with, right? If you got a lot to work with, and someone's selling him for like a first, like Coda try to do, hey, I think
I
you
mean,
could.
yeah. I mean, the
I
thing
think
is
you
with
could easily justify paying that, but
yeah, I mean, the thing with Travis Hunter is I don't know, like the way I'm thinking about him is like I'm just thinking him as like a great long-term
Yeah.
player. Well, I'm not even like getting like too caught up in like, oh, well, how is he going to be rest of the season? And like, how consistent is he going to be? And like, I'm just thinking like he's just a player. I just want to get on my dynasty team because I think he could keep increasing in value. So I'm not even like too concerned. Like, I mean, maybe maybe in this hypothetical, maybe I'm buying him on a contending team where I don't even like need him right now, but I just think he's an ascending asset, and I think I'm going to gain a profit on investing in him right now.
No, yeah, I think that's a legitimate, like, very good reason, like, to potentially do that. The
Yeah,
question is like, hey, yeah, if you're in one where you're like, I mean, I don't like in our flex, like we got like Alec Pierce and stuff in there right now. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to be very careful with these assets, especially if it could be a mid or something first.
right, right,
Yeah, I think there's a lot of nuance to it because I do think, hey, if you just kind of blindly hold Travis Hunter, I think it should age well. I hope so
yeah,
because I think he's a really talented receiver. So yeah,
right,
absolutely. It's just one where it's like it's kind of like I don't know. It's similar to that lad deal, where we're kind of like on the outside looking in, and it's but I don't know. There might be with your two first that you were offered from Jacob. There might be a lot more you can do with those two first to help you get to this goal of contending
right,
than buy Lad McConkey, who is a really talented receiver and we like. It's
right.
it's kind of just in that question. There
Yeah,
just might be
although
better you can do.
yeah, although I think the difference that comes to mind for me is that Ladd is on this offense with just like an insane amount of weapons now
Yep.
with Gadsden, QJ, Keenan Allen. Like everyone's balling. Like all the weapons are doing awesome this year. So, could Ladd get lost in the shuffle again like he did like early in the season? Like that would be a bit of a concern. Whereas with Travis Hunter, it's really just Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas, and Brian Thomas is hurt right now. So it's like, it definitely seems like like just comparing him to Ladd McConkey. I'm not saying which player is better or worse or whatever, but it just seems like all of a sudden Travis Hunter might actually be in a better situation where could he potentially be a target hog the rest of the season, either because Brian Thomas isn't fully healthy or he's missing games, or maybe he's out there, but he just hasn't played very well this season. And I feel like Trevor Lawrence kind of prefers to check it down more than like, chuck it downfield. So all of a sudden, like I could see a scenario in which like Travis Hunter just is like this PPR scam the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean that's like the day one. You know, like the thesis, like that's the whole thesis on Travis Hunter. Yeah, I mean just the one thing I'm just being very cautious about. Like if yeah, I think BTJ should be back after the bye. If he is, yeah, Parker Washington is running like way too many routes. I think he's an all right player.
But
You
even
know,
then, I mean, you basically have two, premium pass catchers in Jacksonville, and it seems like you have like four right now, and for the Chargers, so it's a huge difference there.
no, I know. They keep using Diami Brown, who I think is like a really sneaky guy. There's just like a bunch of guys. So like, yeah, I think you can blindly buy him, absolutely, especially for like a rebuilder or something like that. Like I like that. I'm just
Yeah,
saying as a contender, like if you pay like a first or a first plus or something like that, like you might just be like, oh my god, like he got 6 targets for 7 yards again. So I do want to, as the biggest Travis Hunter believer and like the presidents, I just want to express caution. They're not going to be down 30, throwing the like they were down off the rip, like just letting it rip. That's not going to happen every game. They're a very good football team and they want to run the ball a lot. So I'm
yeah,
just taking in the whole picture here of just
yeah. Fair enough.
I think we're going to see maybe something a little bit in between the middle there, and I do think he's going to get better as the season goes on, of course.
Yeah. But just because you buy him doesn't mean that you like have to start him. I mean, if like Brian Thomas is back after the bye, maybe you take an approach of caution and like, okay, you know what, like maybe if I have a lot of other good options as a really good contending team, maybe I'll just leave Travis Hunter on the bench another week and see if he puts up two good games in a row and kind of let him truly earn his way into my starting lineup. So, but yeah, I definitely don't hate buying him just as an investment. Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely, all day pay a contenders first that projects late. And yeah, I wouldn't hate it either if I had to add a late second to the equation, especially if I get like a fourth kickback. So I think that's where I'm at.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because this is the same league. I got that Gadsden, yeah, and Adams offer, and it's like I still like for our team purpose, I'd way rather have that Gadsden and Adams offer
Yeah,
than
yeah,
that same first. So, but yeah, absolutely, I completely agree. I love Travis Hunter.
yeah.
I hope he, I don't know, keeps it up.
And yeah, let's catch up on the chat here. I'm not sure, Blake, if you know exactly where we left off. I kind of skipped ahead and read the Travis
Ooh,
Hunter comment, but do
okay.
you remember where we left off prior to that?
Okay, let's just take a look here. Yeah, Hunter.
I think we were talking about Henderson before that. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, Nahal said he sent AJ for Zay and ETN. Thoughts? Rico is his RB2 right now,
Okay.
and consistent nice. Yeah, I mean Zay's a nice buy low. Yeah, AJ, you at least get to trade him off that good game. ETN's been rock solid. I know he's going to kind of regressing a little bit there, but yeah, I mean, look, if you need a running back, that's a pretty good trade. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very high on Zay Flowers. I mean, he's cooled off, kind of coinciding with the Lamar Jackson injury. I believe Lamar Jackson is expected back this week. Not 100%, but I think that's the expectation. And I could definitely see Flowers heating back up. So yeah, I mean, if you need some running back help, like I think that's a fine down tier.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then yeah, oh,
Oh,
Michael
Nahal says,
says
I think Steelers missed the memo. Tight end day is this week, not last week. Laughing
yeah.
my ass off. Yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, all three of the Steelers tight ends who are all playing like more than 50% of the snaps, it seems like, just absolutely went off on that Thursday night game. I mean, Fryermuth kind of came back from the dead. John who got a touchdown. Darnell Washington has kind of become a thing. I mean, he's almost been playing more snaps than any of the tight ends over the past like few weeks, it seems like.
You gotta go look at his last year's snaps. You wouldn't even believe how many snaps he played.
Oh, really?
He's just like a perennial, like he's just out
Okay.
there. He's on every run play.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a stat last year, like genuinely, you will not. He played like more snaps than like some really like elite players. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, no surprise there. But yeah, tight end day should be a good one. Should be a good one for the apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Kittle actually catches more than 0 passes this week because I was so excited to get him back in my starting lineup in a dynasty league. And man, what a dud! Lost the matchup. I mean, it was just like a weird game against the Falcons where I mean, why'd the 49ers like run the ball so much?
I'm not sure. I didn't even get to actually watch that game. Fun stat for you though. Across the season, the Atlanta Falcons defense has just been like a terrible matchup for every position,
Yeah.
and one of the worst. And also, if this is for based off what they've done this season, you could take a tight end's average points per game so far. When they face the Falcons, you can just eliminate 8 points off of what their point per game average have been. That's how good they've been against tight ends. So
Wow.
take caution until further notice with the Falcons and tight ends. So
Yeah.
far.
I mean, God, it's just so hard to know like how much to factor in like matchup and start sit decisions. I mean, it's something that I definitely kind of struggle with in terms of like how much to put into them. But I do feel like over the years I've just have started disregarding matchups because it's just hard to know like when a matchup, good or bad, like is gonna actually matter and when it's not. You know what I mean? Because it's just so unpredictable week to week. Things change so quickly. Unexpected things happen. I mean, yeah, look at Devonta Smith and AJ Brown against the worst matchup on paper against the Vikings. Like, just didn't matter. So that's more the direction like I've been leaning as longer and longer I've played fantasy football. But I guess you can more as like a tiebreaker. But I try not to worry too much about it.
No, I agree. But when you're looking for streaming guys and stuff, things like that, you just play your studs. But I mean, when there's a matchup that bad, and especially if we have more evidence, like okay,
so if
like
you're not a stud,
yeah, like okay, if I don't know, like Zach Ertz is playing the Falcons or something, okay, like maybe I'm gonna go look for I'll play someone similar that's not playing the Falcons, whatever. So that I mean, I really don't let matchups factor too much, but when they're on extreme ends of the spectrum, that's when you can begin to let them really decide anything you may do.
Yeah, and Hall also says that he believes Tyler Warren has basically the same number of points that Bowers did last year at this point. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I don't even know if that's been talked about enough, but like Tyler Warren has just been so good. We must just take it for granted now because he was good like right from jump, right from week one. So it's almost kind of just like, oh yeah, of course Tyler Warren's great, but it's like I don't even know if we're appreciating like how great Tyler Warren has been.
I don't even think he's like dynasty tight end one. Like I think the market, whoever owns him, they're not giving him up for anything less than dynasty tight end one. I'm not saying he actually is dynasty tight end one. I'm just saying the owners. I'm not even sending out any offers. There's no chance. Look, that's why you try to get these Gadsdens and these Fannons before they break out. Like that's where you can actually yeah, get a win for your roster.
Yeah, and Michael Hart says still heartbroken over my Giants. Oh yeah, I mean, but dude, like what a game that was, and you got to feel pretty good. I mean, having Jackson Dart. I mean, dude, that's another player we should be talking about.
Yeah. Hey, I've been a big buyer.
Yeah, you've been buying some Jackson Dart lately. I'm envious. Like I do not have any shares. I drafted him in one dynasty league and like sold him within like hours of drafting them. So definitely regret over that. But man, I mean, he's been unbelievable. I mean, Drake May as well. I feel like hasn't gotten
Yes.
talked about a ton, but like we really got some like exciting young quarterbacks here that are just like playing elite football or at least like scoring elite fantasy points, kind of like ahead of schedule. It seems like.
Yeah, no, like I mean, Drake May has been, yeah, like he's no secret now. I mean, he's been balling. I mean, like honestly, like he could be in the MVP conversation. And also, by the way, like Dart and May, just for dynasty rankings, and hey, maybe for future fantasy rankings next year, they both can run. They're
Yeah.
both slinging it. What Jackson Dart's doing, by the way, with Little Jordan Humphrey as his like receiver one in Wandale, like that just puts so much confidence like in my
Oh
Jackson
my God,
Dart.
can you imagine if he had Malik Neighbors right now? Like, what would this guy be
Dude,
doing?
can you imagine if this guy had anyone? He doesn't even have Darius Slayton right now. I mean, it is insane. Look, I know he had a really lucky touchdown to Theo Johnson. Maybe Michael can comment on that. That was
Yeah, I
like,
saw that by the way. Yeah, it was funny. Just like catches it like in full stride, and that was hilarious.
yeah, it reminds me of that like Atlanta. No, the Cardinals touchdown to Tyler Lockett where he jumped on in the end zone and they were kicking it around. It was like an interception that was fumbled. I don't know if you saw that one. It was just this like Looney Tunes looking play. That's what it reminded me of. But yeah, that was a crazy game. And hey, I'm as long as you don't have to pay Josh Allen prices for Jackson Dart, I'm pretty open to trading for him. And actually, Coda in chat traded me. Actually, Coda and Seb in chat have traded me my 2 Jackson extra Dart ones because I drafted one.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I'm like now on the Jackson Dart train. I didn't see that coming. Didn't think I'd get there, but as long as he's like obtainable and I have the assets, I'm open to it.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like, I mean, you want to talk about players that are skyrocketing. I mean, this it feels like he's like headed toward being like a top 5 dynasty pick at the.
No, yeah, that's why I'm buying him. Yeah, like him
Yeah.
and May, I genuinely think could be picks 1 and 2. And you're saying, well, what about Allen and Mahomes? Well, they're also like 30, and we know how people like young.
Yeah. Even though we don't care about it, other people do.
Yeah, people love 22, 23-year-old exciting quarterbacks. They're on their way to the 101 right now. So we'll see. They need to keep doing it.
And by the way, just to give Drake May a little more love here, he went 21 of 23 in that game. I believe he set a New England Patriots like single game completion percentage record, previously held by Tom Brady. So like, I mean, like this is seriously unbelievable what Drake May's doing, and yeah, it really hasn't even gotten like a lot of pub. I mean, it's just kind of gone under the radar. I think probably because he hasn't had like a monster spike week yet. I mean, just looking at his passing touchdowns by game, it's like 1, 2, 2, 2, 0, 3, 2. He's just been like really consistent, and so it's kind of flown under the radar a bit.
That's interesting because he is not flown under the radar. Like in my immediate, all I'm hearing is Drake May this, Drake May that. He's the best quarterback in the league. Like I don't know, whatever media I'm on, Drake May is getting his roses. Trust
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I definitely heard like some praise for him, but I feel like I've heard a lot more about Jackson Dart and other players. So.
Yeah, no, May since I don't know, maybe like week 3, I've been just hearing tons of amazing May stuff. He's been playing phenomenal. Also, they just have a really good schedule, by the way. That really, really helps. So I think just like they have, I think them and the Niners have like the easiest schedule like all year. So
yeah, I'm assuming you don't have any Drake May shares, right?
No, I don't have any Drake May.
Okay, I have 1 share in the Crazy Tight End Premium League, so happy about that. Definitely.
I won't be getting any, by the way. No, ain't no chance.
Right, exactly.
If he gets hurt, all right, now we can talk. But
yeah.
But by the way, you listen to this by the way for a second. For some reason, I picked up 3 quarterbacks because one in a 10-man league I had 3 quarterbacks. Don't even ask. Because what I was doing is I was just waiting a week to see what these guys did, and I had Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and Drake May all as the 3 quarterbacks I picked.
Wow.
And I traded them off for free like after a week or 2. But hey, I was pretty happy with that quarterback draft. This is like three of the top quarterbacks. I don't know why I did that, by the way,
Yeah,
but
that's crazy.
it made no sense. There was no reason to do it. I didn't even
Right.
nothing came of it anyways, and it was the
Yeah.
best
I
three
mean,
quarterbacks you could
my
pick.
God, yeah, shame you couldn't pull that off in like yeah, it'd be impossible in a super flex league, but yeah, that's wild though. But yeah, I mean, future definitely looking bright for your Giants there, Michael. Yeah, between Dart and Scatabo, and then you'll get Neighbors back next year, so you got to be feeling pretty good there. And yeah, it's a shame they came up short, but man, that was a wild game against the Broncos. I mean, I remember just like I own Bo Nix in a league in the break room, Blake. And I remember in like that second half, and it seemed like especially the fourth quarter, I just kept getting like notification after
Yeah,
notification, like, oh, another Bo Nix touchdown. Oh, another Bo Nix
he scored
touchdown.
40
Like,
points in the second half.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was unbelievable. So great to see from Bo Nix. I mean, he had kind of had an up and down season. There was some concern about him, so great to see that as a Bo Nix owner. And yeah, definitely like just a wild 4 o'clock slate there of games. I mean, they were just like
yeah, that
so
was
boring.
those were amazing. By the way, like when that four, I don't know who I own in that 4 o'clock slate.
Yeah,
Everyone I owned, like genuinely, I do know who I owned. I had a bunch of
yeah.
everyone in that game. Everyone I had, I swear to God, had like at minimum, it was like, oh my God, this guy only has 15 points. Like
Yeah.
that's
Oh, and dude, of
disappointing.
course, like, yeah, we mentioned like Colts Chargers is just like
Oh yeah,
unbelievable. And hey, I mean, we were saying that. I mean, we must have said that multiple times during our start sit stream that like that Colts
dude,
Chargers
yeah,
game is a game we want pieces of. So,
yeah.
I mean, Alec Pierce was a great streamer. I mean, Keenan Allen went nuts. Ladd had the big game. I mean, just like everyone was going off in that game.
Anyone that asked about a Chargers receiver, we would have told them to play it, and unless it was like Rashee Rice or a very, very obvious player to play ahead of them. So I
Yeah,
think,
the one exception is I may have ended up saying yeah, Golden over Keenan Allen in one of the start sets, but you definitely said Keenan Allen. And anytime any other start set question came up with Keenan Allen, that was
yeah,
pretty much like always our answer. So waffle a little on the Golden one just because he seemed to be trending up,
yeah.
but yeah, I think overall we did pretty good on most of our start set recommendations.
Yeah, I hope so. We certainly had some big hits there. I mean, hey, the 101 this time didn't work around. Bourne didn't have 142 yards 3 weeks in a row. Go figure. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Falcons very very tough matchup. So I mean, it makes sense. And Jennings had some more involvement. And they kept running the rock, and it just wasn't that good of a game environment to
Yeah.
begin with.
I think I had some good calls though in terms of the players I drafted there. I'm pretty sure I at least drafted Gadsden, Tez Johnson, and Kate Otten.
Ooh,
All three of those guys were big hits.
I didn't realize you had Tez in there.
Oh yeah, hey, go back, check the tape. Like I'm pretty certain I drafted Tez. So
Hell yeah.
uh, yeah, we will check on that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. And let's see. Coda says Henderson has no vision. He is Trent Richardson. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I haven't watched him that closely, so I can't really comment. But like, I don't know. I mean, Blake, have you seen any of that, or was that a concern of his, like in college? Because I mean, I don't, I can't ever remember hearing that comment about Travion Henderson.
No comment. I have no idea. I've seen his rush charts, by the way. He has the funniest. I didn't see them this week, but I can only imagine it looked like everything else. His PFF rush charts. I don't know if you've ever seen those, where you can see where players where they ran when they touched the ball or when they got targeted. His rush charts are the most like biggest joke of thing ever. It'll be okay. He gets 10 carries in one game. It's 10 outside zones to the exact same spot. Seriously, 10. Oh, and then
Wow.
the next one, he got 5 carries. It's 5 right up the gut to the same spot. It's like, what are we doing? Like, let's get him the ball with some space. Let's
Right.
mix it up. So yeah, I have no idea. I'm not gonna put anything into that until there's like, I'll trust the pros on that one. I'm not gonna speculate.
Mm.
And again, like I mean, his rushing is just like part of the equation. I mean, CMC has been like pretty brutal on the ground until last week.
Right.
Doesn't matter. He's catching the football. That's all I really care about. So
Yeah,
volume
but Coda
and
says dog doo doo, trade him for anything. I mean, I
hey,
don't know if I can go there,
br-
Coda, but
bring
appreciate.
those. Hey man, I got some more Chuba Hubbard for you. So
Hey, yeah,
bring those
exactly. I mean,
Hendersons my
hey, I
way.
mean, God, if that's the sentiment out there, like I
I
could definitely be buying some Travion Henderson. So, and then
yeah.
Michael Hart says that I have McBride on bye, I have Fannin as a backup, but both Dalton Kincaid and Dalton Schultz are on waivers. Whom would you play this week only?
Look, Kincaid has been one of the best tight ends per route. Yeah, if he's out there, just play him. He might be hurt. There's no way I'm playing Dalton Schultz. There's absolutely no
Wait,
way.
he has Fannin though. I mean, wouldn't you just start
Oh,
Fannin? Or are you picking up a
he has
third tight?
Fannin.
Yeah.
Okay, well if Fannin, yeah, okay, if Fannin, let's say, okay, if Njoku plays, I'll be a
Mhm.
little bit skeptical on the Fannin, and I'd be really interested in playing Kincaid as long as you don't have to drop anyone like really noteworthy. Then I would just play Fannin. But
Okay,
if,
so
if
if you have a droppable player, you wouldn't mind adding a third tight end and starting him this week?
yeah, I mean Kincaid's just been amazing. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know how he's on the waiver wire. So yeah, I mean look, hopefully that would just, I mean it's basically just trust what he's been doing. Again, per route he's been phenomenal. So
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I mean, Fann's got a good matchup though at New England. I mean, we don't know how the weather's going to be there. Hopefully, it's better than it was in Cleveland this
hopefully it's
past
not a
Sunday.
tsunami or
But
something.
you're saying if you own both players, you would start Kincaid over Fannin.
Yeah, I mean he's just been
Okay.
the better tight end so far. So
Yeah,
like,
I guess that's fair.
I
I
mean
guess that's fair.
yeah, I mean especially if Njoku. But I'm saying if Njoku play, if Fannin, if Njoku doesn't play, like sure I'll play
Okay,
Fannin. Right?
gotcha.
And
Yeah,
I'll
because
just
that's
hope
what
they
I'm
throw
going
it
to say. Is
more than
like,
18 times.
I mean, it's very possible Fannin would have gone off again without Njoku if it wasn't for the weather.
Yeah, in
This past
18 pass
Sunday.
attempts, right? Like it was more the game script I think than even the weather. So
Exactly. So
yeah,
I mean, he still had five targets amongst the 18 pass
dude,
attempts. So I mean, that's
he had
good
like a
percent.
30% target share. So there you go.
Exactly. So, but yeah, if it wasn't for the bad weather, if he had put up like another big game and then it was like two big games in a row, we'd probably be saying like, oh man, like
Oh yeah.
Fan is a must start. So like maybe we should just be treating him like that anyways.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, like as
So
long
with no
as
Njoku.
no
Yeah.
Njoku, like absolutely, dude. Yeah, and they're not gonna throw it 18 times again. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just saying Kincaid's been phenomenal. So it's very
But
hard to
here's a better
say.
question. Let's say Michael doesn't have like any particularly obvious droppable
You
players.
just play Fannin then.
Okay, so you wouldn't drop Fannin for Kincaid then.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
I think I agree. Although I mean, Dalton Kincaid has been really good, so I want to give him his due. But yeah, I would just play Fannin. But yeah, if you have the room, feel free to add Kincaid, and yeah, maybe you start him if Njoku's active.
yeah, and then what was this? I saw something here.
Oh, then Seb says, "Here comes the obnoxious Travis Hunter hype. So overrated." I mean, spoken like someone that traded him away in the listener league, right?
Oh.
If I'm not
Actually,
mistaken.
one of my remaining hunters, he actually traded me that hunter. And hey, actually, you know what the best part with the hunter thing was?
Mhm.
Captured the spike weeks, baby. Had to start him
Oh
in
yeah, you
both
actually
leagues.
started him. Your two shares of him that you had.
That, I mean, I can't believe it. It was just
Yeah,
the perfect
that's wild.
storm to have him in those two leagues. I think yeah, it was very helpful in both. And in fact, actually, I could basically credit like Travis Hunter for beating Andrew in in Grease Bowl, which is a much needed win.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was the funniest thing ever. I started like Joe Flacco, Fant, Travis Hunter, Brashard Smith against him, and all of whom contributed big time. So he messaged me something about that, just like, you gotta tell these guys to calm down. Like they're taking PEDs. Yeah, it was so funny. Like I was not expecting anything from like, any of those guys. So
Hey, I tried to trade him Devontae Adams, who I think would have helped a little bit, but yeah, he wasn't interested. Balked at the offer. But in any case, Nahal says, "Do y'all watch UFC? Huge card coming up." I do not watch UFC. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen it.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, how about you, Blake?
No, I actually don't watch like any UFC either, but I do watch like big events or something like that,
Okay.
or if,
Yeah.
if a friend comes over or something.
Yeah.
I want to watch more. I think UFC is extremely entertaining, and I don't know if I ever referenced it. There's this one fight, Dan. It was like if I could introduce you, it was kind of like my introduction to like UFC, where I'm like, okay, I kind of see the appeal in like this. There was a dude that just got the crap kicked out of him for like just like elbows to the head getting choked the entire round. This dude, his name's Michael Chandler, gets this guy. He's got a guy wrapped around his back. He gets up. He's already lost the fight, right? Like he was getting choked out for like a minute straight at the end. He's not tapping. He gets up with this guy on his back, like trying to choke him, and he just like body slams him back to the ground, rises up like the Undertaker again, does it again, and it's just like it was like a "Are you not entertained?" like moment. I'm like, okay, this guy is a monster, and then he has a hole in his shin that's like this deep, and it's like, okay, I don't know, I love this dude. So UFC, don't watch it, but I definitely get the entertainment, and I try to watch some more. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and then Seb elaborating on his Travis Hunter take says has one good game, and in that game they got put belt to butt by the Rams. He ain't nothing. Well, okay. I mean, tell us what you really think, Seb. But yeah, I can't say I agree, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here. If we
Yeah.
see more
That's
monster
the
games like he had, or
that's the tell me you don't got any Travis Hunter without
yeah,
telling me.
exactly.
But no, I mean, look, there was no notches. Like again, I think there's still a good point about they were down 30. They're I think that was their first or second loss of the season. You're not going to see that script much, and yeah, there's some good points. We'll see. I think that's just where it is. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, and then Nahal says, I remember last week I was talking about Travis Hunter slowly becoming droppable. Yeah, I mean, I guess in a shallow redraft league, I could understand how someone's mind would go there, but yeah, I mean, this is typically like the worst time to like drop a rookie with like that kind of upside, and so obviously his big game is definitely proof of that. And yeah, it further reinforces the point about like, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of exactly where Travis Hunter was going in like redraft drafts, but it just makes my mind go back to the point of like, don't spend like too much on rookies in these like redraft drafts. Like better to get like the later ones, or like even like let someone else, draft this rookie and he disappoints through the first handful of weeks and then he drops them, and then like, pick him up in week 7, week 6 when he drops them, and then you'll get the best of them.
Yeah, no, that's been my biggest lesson. It's not that I'm not drafting rookies; it's that I'm drafting them within reason. Because even if they're good, if half your lineups, that's my hardest challenge in redraft. By the way, is stopping myself from drafting an entire roster of rookies.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I mean, that's the conundrum for like every dynasty player, because typically we'll often know the rookies maybe a little better than like, a lot of the casuals like in our home redraft league. And so it's like every round it's like, oh man, how is this rookie still here? And yeah, you just, you want to like take them like damn near every round.
No, yeah, I mean that's why I don't really own like any Genty. Actually, I do own a Hampton because he was just a really good price, and I don't own any Henderson. Got like one Ibuka, and to get like I want to draft these guys, but if it was just too expensive for my roster, I mean, like they were just so hyped up, all these rookies. I want to draft them, but if they're not there, I'm not gonna completely go out of my way to just build around them, because I know there's a bunch of good rookies after. And hey, now we have Gadsden and Fannin and all these other awesome rookies. So it sucks not being able to draft all the awesome rookies, but
yeah,
it's like the best way to lose your fantasy league though, is just only have rookies.
Yeah, and like the ultimate example, I always think back to like me drafting Kyron Williams over Travion Henderson, and it's like at the time it felt boring. I was even questioning it myself, like, oh man, like was that the right decision? Maybe I just should have gambled on it. Like, nope, that was absolutely the right decision. So let's try to fly through the rest of this live chat, because we do want to get to our review of Whiplash, and yeah, we're already at about like 2:15 a.m. on the East Coast here, so I want to make sure I get at least a few hours of shut eye tonight. But Steps. Oh wait, let's see. Nahal says. Oh wait, no. Let's see. Oh, Nahal says Rico Dottle or Woody Marks rest of the season. What do you think, Blake? Rapid fire here.
If it was, I mean, I just lean Rico for now. Just until proven otherwise. But I really like Woody. It's just they're really in similar situation. I would rather be the Panthers back I like than the Texans back I like. Texans can't run the football, so I lean Rico right now.
Yeah, it's as simple as this. I mean, we've seen Rico Dowdle put up 2 40-point games. That's the answer. It's the guy that did that. Michael Hart says Hunter was borderline drop. Wait,
I think you got that one.
Yeah. And then Seb says Dan, save those first. I just got the last needed winning piece. Compete next year, my guy. All love though. Yeah. So hey, appreciate your perspective on that. I think I'm leaning that way. I guess I'll just have to decide whether I even want to like counter the offer or not. So I'll continue thinking about that. But I'm with you, Seb.
Yeah. My quick comment on that is I think it's like bait. It's like a trap to yourself to counter something like that, because again, I think in your situation, I need those first. I need to hang on to those. Those are my future flexibility. Even if I'm getting a solid deal on it, it's just like I don't want to lose those.
Yeah, because I mean, of course, there's like a pretty good chance I'm not going to win this league this season, anyways. So do I really just want to like kind of put, move the last of my 26 first? Because I had 4 of them recently. I think
Dude,
it's probably a bridge too far.
even me, I'm in either second or third, and like I don't even want to move first. Now I might at some point, but like I'm still looking to yeah get cheaper pieces to trade for rather than like sending these firsts away because I think these are just I mean we know how valuable firsts are.
Yeah.
So
And then Nahal says, wait, is there a trade deadline in dynasty leagues? Yeah, I mean, most
sometimes.
dynasty leagues. I mean, this is actually like a big debate kind of in the dynasty community, league to league. Yeah, I mean, you always have people on kind of like both sides of the equation there. Some argue that, oh, no, you need a trade deadline. And others arguing like, oh, no, it's so much better without it. And so, I mean, look, I don't even want to like go into
Yeah,
debate right now.
I like both. I think there's really good reasons for both. I think there's
Yeah,
pros and cons
there
to
truly
both.
are pros and cons, and I think that's why it's such a great debate.
Yeah,
So,
I like a
yeah,
mix.
Nahal, if you want to hear more about that, let us know. We can definitely get into that, perhaps on another live stream sometime soon.
Yeah.
Nahal also says, can we talk about elite running backs this season? Having 3 elite running backs is kind of crazy, all averaging like 25 points per game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
three
just hearing this
leftovers.
talked about on what is it, Manic and Chill with Scott Connor, and yeah, I mean it's running backs have been like more valuable than receivers this season in terms of like
Yeah.
contending.
No, yeah, I mean CMC, JT, and Bijan, and now I mean probably Gibbs is now sniffing that as well.
But then even other
After
guys
that,
like I mean like James Cook the first 4 games and
yeah,
like Rico Dottle for those 2 game stretch, and I mean it's just unreal.
yeah. I mean, hey, that's what running backs do. We got a bunch of talented ones, and
Mhm.
receivers continue to kind of just disappoint and have their quarterbacks hurt, and I don't know. There's a bunch going on, so yeah, it's another a nice running back year. It seems. Although, by the way, we just have so many of those veterans that were good last year that it just completely blow. I mean, like actually, like every Kamara, Connor mix, and these guys are like not doing anything.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, just got an interesting trade offer from Chase in the Listener League. Trying to get Marvin Harrison from me. He is offering his own 26 first and Ricky Pearsall. What do you think?
Uh, I mean, I would say that like if because you sent two first, like I mean, my logic would be then why would I accept that? But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, if you
Well, I mean,
value,
yeah. I mean, I did get Joe Flacco and 2 fourths
mm,
kickback deal.
okay.
So if I look, I mean, I could argue that if I view Ricky Pearsall as a late first, then
I by the way, I like
basically,
that offer though. I like that offer
I
a
figured
lot.
you would. I figured you would. So yeah, if I view Ricky Pearsall as a late first, I could argue, oh, I just got a free Joe Flacco and 2 free fourths.
No, yeah, like I actually like that offer. Again, it just depends your confidence on Pearsall
I
as
mean, man,
well.
like I
But
really do love Marv. I mean, I'd almost feel like a hypocrite like sending him away after this, but I mean, that is a
no,
nice
that's
offer though. If I'm thinking about it.
yeah. I mean, that's very solid to get a first. Again, it's just gonna be kind of up to like how you view those players. I think it's a fair market value deal. I'll say that. I think also Pearsall could be more productive like going forward in the
Yeah,
season.
I
So
mean the thing is like I mean as much as I love Marv and Gadsden and Fannin and like all these like different players that are kind of like my guys. I mean at the end of the day like I'm always gonna do like what's best for my team, and I'm never gonna have like too much of an emotional attachment to a player. It's just like whatever makes sense for the team. At the end of the day, that's like really all that matters is I'm trying to build dynasties and win championships.
no, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, if you think it will help your team in
Yeah.
one way or another, I think that's a completely fair offer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to think about that. But yeah, let's continue going through the live chat here as I think about that trade offer.
Oh,
Let's see.
here's a fun one.
Yeah.
Giants signed Ray McLeod.
Oh, did they? That's funny. Yeah, I saw Falcons just cut him. They really weren't playing him.
Yeah, no, I thought he was hurt or something, so I guess it was yeah something else
Oh,
going
I
on
mean, they
there.
were just, I think he was healthy. Yeah, they just,
Oh,
I don't know, he just fell out of favor kind of out of nowhere. But yeah, I was kind of like McLeod. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, the Giants could use a receiver with their injuries. So I like that.
yeah, and then Nahal said Ron Stewart pointed this out. PFF has been bad recently. I think they graded Tyler Warren at 74. So okay, a comment on PFF. I literally put nothing into PFF. If that's what we're talking about here. I don't know if you see any PFF stuff, Dan.
Um, I mean, just like in general, like, do I follow like their grades and everything? You mean, or what?
Just yeah, do you care about them at all?
I mean, it's always something you hear from time to time. So I guess I've always just kind of assumed like it's pretty credible, but I guess I've never really like looked into it that much. I mean, not that I've ever put like a ton of weight into it. I mean, anytime someone says like, oh yeah, they got a PFF grade of 94 or whatever, it's just like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I kind of just take
Well,
it with a
look
grain
at
of salt. So
Yeah, go do yourself a favor and look at the ratings, especially on your own like, favorite team or a team you're familiar with, and look at the PFF grades at the beginning of like a primetime game, and you're
mhm.
like, that dude is like is that high or low or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's I don't know. I'm sure it's good for some reasons, but for fantasy football, I care like literally zero unless it was like maybe O line or something like that. I don't even know about that though.
Mhm.
And then Jacob's also in here says Kincaid's great per route, but he is that is the one thing he's not running, he's not playing all the time, but he is running more of the routes. So I don't know, he's at least out there when he needs to be. Um, and Seb says spoken like someone who traded him away. You are correct. Yeah, I got Hunter from him, and that was one of the ones I still have. Uh, okay, and he's saying he traded away a Hunter for Danny Dimes, and he's 13-1, and that worked out pretty well. That is true. So, and then Hull was commenting on the Oliveira versus Chandler reference I made, and he's saying that the UFC card is the heavyweight champion, an average fight time of like 3 minutes. So you gotta watch. All right, you got me sold, man. Because I watched a recent heavyweight one, and yeah, that is a ton of fun. And then Michael says, okay, he has Bourne to drop for Kincaid. So yeah, I mean, I would do that at this point, though, unless you think Bourne's like a better play and or something for your team this week. If you're not going to use him this week, I think you can drop him. Do you think so, Dan? Kendrick Bourne
Kendrick Bourne.
for Kincaid if he wanted
Oh,
to pick him up.
yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, gosh, I mean, yeah, I mean, Kendrick Bourne was really kind of caught lightning in a bottle there for a couple weeks, and comes back down to earth in a tough matchup. So yeah, I mean, he's not someone I'm going out of my way to drop, but yeah, if there's someone as good as Kincaid, like, yeah, I mean, Kincaid probably has more staying power. I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, would you consider Kincaid at least like, I mean, as a flex option and just like let's say a full PPR, no tight end premium though? I mean, he's got to be at least a pretty solid desperation flex option, right? Even
This
if he's at a tight end.
this week he's like a phenomenal one. Yeah, I mean he
Yeah.
like I'd be super happy that. I mean here's the thing. Is he gonna do good off injury? I don't know. Just off what Kincaid's done, dude. I mean we're talking like people are gonna be starting the most disgusting people you've ever.
Yeah, I
I mean
mean, this week, of
Gunnar Hall
course.
might be in a flex. Like
Yeah, and I mean, Kincaid should project well the rest of the season, whereas Bourne, I mean, he's on borrowed time. So yeah, I would absolutely make that move.
yeah, I just think it's a good move for your. I mean potentially yeah for this week and for the future. Again, Pearsall probably coming back at least next week. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's saying, speaking of rookie drafts, he messed up this year. Drafted more rookies than you ever have. Okay, before in your life, team is 3-4, lost first two games, and with a slow start. So okay, so you're probably talking about then like drafting rookies in your redraft, and which yeah, if so, yeah, just got to be careful because that's really burnt me. Like seriously, especially just when you're spending those more higher draft capital. Yeah, I think just the key is Dan is like I did like no mock drafting by the way. I don't know about you. Did you do any like mock drafts for redraft this year?
Oh, I did a few. But not a ton. I mean, mostly
Yeah.
just like our best ball drafts, but those are kind of a different animal.
Yeah, like I kind of familiarized myself with ADP just before the draft. I did like maybe a couple mock drafts. Like I did as little as I ever did. I don't think it's like has anything to do with it. It seems like one of my better redraft seasons so far. But honestly, just what I was doing is I'm like, okay, well, I was just looking at the gaps. I'm like, okay, I don't know how I can justify drafting a rookie running back here when there's like all these like amazing receivers. I mean, specifically, I was thinking like round like 5 or 6. Some of the guy like, there's no way I can draft R.J. Harvey when George Pickens is sitting there in the same area, or who, you know what I mean? Like it's just like it made no sense. So like I think that's been one of my biggest lessons is just like I might like these rookies, but if their price is too much, I'll go somewhere else and give me another guy I like. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, basically, with when it comes to rookies and redraft, the cheaper they are, the
Yeah,
more I want them. Honestly, I mean,
yeah,
as long as it's not someone that's completely like irrelevant or whatever, but
yeah.
within reason.
Yeah, and then with draft to draft, like maybe and actually, it's kind of like a portfolio thing. If you play in a few leagues, like, okay, you don't maybe need to reach on Egbuka this one, but hey, he fell in my lap in this other one. Perfect. I'll
Yeah,
take him, and that would make sense.
exactly.
That was like Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren absolutely just fell into my lap in one of the ones, and like, heck yeah, I'll take Tyler Warren. He was going really early in my other draft, so.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then,
by the way, I decided to hit accept on that trade offer from
yep,
Chase. So I
nice.
am the proud new owner of Ricky Pearsall and Chase's late
Hey,
26th first.
hey, welcome to the Ricky Pearsall fan club. I don't know, maybe I'm the. No, it's funny. I haven't sent out offers out in bums and ball knowers where I just so happen to get him in a trade. But yeah, this other league where I got him, it's just like I don't know. No one. I know he's not because he's not playing. No one seems to want him, and honestly, I'm like, dude, I don't know if this is reflective to other markets. I'm kind of interested. Like I really thought Ricky Pearsall was a more coveted asset, and if he isn't, yeah, heck yeah, I could get behind some Ricky. That's kind of been my issue with him, is people have been like talking about him like he's like some, I don't know, like guaranteed Chris Olave and receiver. I don't think that at all. I think he's a nice young. He's probably the cheapest young, potentially really talented receiver or decently talented receiver out there. I can't really think, and that might play 100% of snaps. Keyword. He's like above those Josh
Yeah,
Downses.
like I don't know like when it changed, but it seemed like over the course of like the past like couple months, he went from like being one of the most like maybe like overrated, overhyped players in Dynasty to the now like one of the most like underrated and unheralded. Maybe just because he's injured, and I don't
Yeah.
know what the deal is exactly. Maybe people are thinking like, oh, Ayuk's gonna come back, but like. I mean, Jennings has been like so banged up, and then I know Kendrick Bourne has emerged, but like, I mean, he's not going to stand in Pearsall's way.
That
So,
that
yeah, I
might be a
kind of
good
like
thing
Pearsall at
for.
this point.
Yeah, that might be a good thing for Pearsall. I mean, honestly, like so much of what I like and I don't know who I'm on and not is just like based off narrative. What I'm hearing, what's the story out there? I mean, Pearsall was like, I don't know. I was sold that he was going to be this awesome stud out the gate, guaranteed. He was solid. He basically did what I expected out through 4 weeks. Got hurt and now people just seem to not want him. And I'm like, okay, well, perfect. I'll buy the injury dip. You
Yeah.
know, now is my time to shine. So yeah, had no plan. I've kind of just like randomly lucked into getting a couple Pearsalls, and heck, I'm a little more interested in getting some more, depending again if I get those prices.
Yeah. But yeah, just I mean, it kind of, I mean, I hate losing Marv, but I felt like that trade made so much sense for my team
Yeah,
because I mean, I never really wanted to move like too late first for Marv. I mean, it was definitely on the upper end of like what I'd be willing to pay. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't get like Flacco and a couple of fourths kicked back in the deal. But even so, like it was one of those deals where I'm like, was that really like the best thing to do? As much as I love Marv, so this by accepting this trade, essentially what I've done is I've been able to keep like 3 of my 26 firsts and just turned like one into a potentially
yep,
productive player. So I think that makes a lot more sense for me, given that I'm kind of this like team in the middle, kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out in terms of like contending versus rebuilding. So also, I mean, Pearsall's not on a bye this week. I know he's banged up. Who knows if he plays? I mean, I'm not necessarily expecting him to, but if he does, that's a boost to my lineup this week. And, I'm still trying to see if I can contend some way, somehow.
no, yeah, I think that's a completely fair deal. I like that both for both sides, especially if Chase wants to get Marv, he wants to bet on him long term. Sure, that's a fine enough price, I suppose. Again, I'm probably going to be more on like the not Marvin Harrison side most of the time, but again, I don't know. If you could tell
Yeah,
me, if
I
you could
mean,
guarantee me Kyler's gone, I think, and I've been like a kind of like a Kyler like supporter almost. I feel like compared to the
uh,
narrative, I think the narrative might be right in this one. I think Kyler's the problem. And hey, Trey McBride, by the way, crazy stat. In Trey McBride's like last 23 games, he had 3 touchdowns.
mm,
But now his last 2 games with Jacoby Brissett, he has 3 touchdowns. So
yeah, touchdown
I
machine to ride all of a
I don't
sudden. Yeah.
need I don't need to see any more.
Yeah. And by the way, I tweeted this on, on X. Yeah, definitely follow us there at Dynasty Savvy. And this isn't intended to prove anything because it doesn't. I shared this with Jacob, and I think he kind of, took it that way. But it's all this is just offering historical perspective. But I tweeted receiving yards through first 24 NFL games, Marvin Harrison Sr., 1,218. Marvin Harrison Jr., 1,281. So basically has the same number, even, a little more receiving yards through his first 24 NFL games. And yeah, I ended the tweet saying bye. So yeah, I mean, dude, like I am absolutely buying Marv everywhere I can. I think in most leagues, obviously, you don't need to pay like 2 late firsts for him. If I can get him for like a single late first, and maybe I even have to like throw in just a little something small, I'm doing that every time. So yeah, I'm actually going to see like how many Marv shares. I mean, it sounds weird because I just traded him away live on stream, but I actually want to see like how many Marv shares I can get between now and Sunday.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still wait. I mean, again, like I think this OC gets fired. Like it's just I like some of the stuff I've seen is just have been so bad. But
by the way, it was the weirdest thing. Like Brissett has played pretty well, but I swear, like he's been on point except when throwing to Marv. Like if you watch any of that game, all of the incompletions to Marv were just like terrible passes, and it's like, but then he like throws the perfect pass to Zay Jones, and it's like, come on, this is ridiculous. So I definitely think there's some bad luck there. But I mean, Marv looked good at times. I mean, there was one catch I remember seeing where it just looked like, hey, like there we go, like there's Marvin Harrison Jr. So I 100% like think that Marv is just going to be an awesome receiver. I think he's just like one of the biggest no-brainer buys in Dynasty right now if you get him for like a late first.
But by the way, I just thought of a hilarious comp for Marv. I mean, like honestly, like this is like not too far off like how I like kind of see Marv as like a redraft like right now fantasy asset. He's kind of just like really expensive, slightly better JMO. Like the targets are just like not there, but the big plays like are there some weeks.
I hate that is an insult now. I hate that being compared to JMO is an insult. That sounds so wrong to me.
He's actually like the targets are just like it's like 5 and it's like 6 every week. So like I'm still not gonna buy until I see like a. Here's the thing: as he keeps getting 5 and 6 targets, he'll have a week here. He'll have not a bad down week again. It's just kind of what he does. I don't think like the market, if anything, I still see it just kind of coming down on him. And here's the thing: I think you could then start to get maybe you could then send the first in like Keenan Allen plus for him or something. Like it could start getting in that territory if people just get fed up. We see it all the time with expectations. People just getting so sick and tired of a talented receiver just kind of getting screwed by their situation. So I'm gonna have some patience myself. One thing I would say though too is like depending on like the price, say the one that Chase just paid, and offer conversation. Well, if I wanted to pay for a receiver that I think at any time could turn it around, but I'm not expecting like much from them, I would prefer to go the Travis Hunter route over Marvin currently. I think that's a much cheaper and a much better option, especially if you can just get like Hunter for like basically a first, which Coda like literally then sent to my inbox.
I mean, I love buying both of them right now. I mean, I have to think that Travis Hunter costs more than Marv at this point. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know if I'm wrong about that.
Not even close. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I mean, Marv still has like just Marvin Harrison name. He had that primetime game that was awful than points.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it probably depends on the manager to a degree. But yeah, maybe in a general sense, yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, I haven't really tried sending out offers yet, so I guess I'll find out.
I would be very shocked if you would get like if you could send Travis Hunter to Marv like anywhere. I mean, again, the gap might not be that big. I'm just saying like 1 for 1, like people are still going to take Marv. He doesn't play DB.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you don't think I could get you don't think like sending a late first and a late second for Marv would work very often?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, if it did, then I would start owning Marvin Harrison. Like it's pretty as simple as that. Or if you could send something worth that. So, I don't know. I just think there's like still that ADV, and especially the owner. The owner's not going to want to just dump him. You know, they're the Marvin Harrison guy probably if they own him, and I don't know. So,
and at some point, like a manager will get frustrated if a player just keeps not producing. I mean, I mean, look at Jamison Williams. I mean, I haven't sent out offers for him in the in the last week or whatever, but I have to imagine his value is pretty low. So I mean, there is a point. There is a point.
No, exactly. The time might be coming sooner than later. Absolutely on March.
Yeah, maybe it's not quite yet, but yeah, maybe the ultimate buy low will be in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it could be. It could be at the end of the season. It could be in the off season. For all we know, if the narrative is that bad, we'll keep an eye. Also,
hey, so let's do this, Blake, because I do want to get some sleep tonight. Why don't we say like 10 more minutes to catch up on the chat, and then at that point, let's jump into our review of Whiplash. Is that cool with you?
Let's just read what's here. Nahal already said let's hear Whiplash. So let's just read the last remaining things.
Okay.
It's just
Cool.
Seb, and didn't get any last remaining comments or questions
Yeah.
in here. This is your warning. Seb said, I like the deal, and he knows Chase likes Marv, so not surprised to see him do that within seconds of getting them. Within seconds of getting them. What is that?
Well, I mean, I just got Marv like what? I mean, what was that, like days ago? So I think that's what he's alluding to.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, I mean, there you go. If you're gonna sell Marv, sell him to a guy that likes Marv. That's for certain.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, as much as I love Marv, like I'm just always gonna do what's best for the team. Like I'm never gonna, let that emotional attachment make the decision. But yeah, it does pain me a little bit to lose Marv because it was fun having him in this league because I really do believe in him.
Yeah, and you know what? By the way, about the Marv, the second thing, real quick, is that that could technically kind of like be his value, by the way. But he's just going to be one of those players that's not getting traded because the Marv owner doesn't want to sell him for that, and no one wants to buy him for more than that. So I do. It's kind of funny in listener league, we do have some Marv guys, you and Chase. So there have been some trades, but not seeing those anywhere else.
Yeah. And then yeah, any other comments here?
Oh, yeah, Nahal said, quick trade question, AJ and Ladd for Jacobs and Terry. And I guess what I would ask is, if you would be the one receiving Jacobs, is do you need Josh Jacobs at all? And do you need AJ Brown and Ladd at all? Actually, this is his insane receiver team. So I would basically say I would just say, with knowing that he listed off his receivers, Dan, remember Rice and all those guys? I would just say just go get Josh Jacobs as long as there's any reason, as long as he can start for you, which obviously he should be able to. I don't know. To me, that almost sounds like a good enough thing to accept. And then you got Scary Terry at some point coming back. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, Terry could be back this week. It's tricky with him playing on Monday Night Football, but it does feel like he's trending that way. Same thing with Deebo Samuel. But yeah, I mean, it'd be great to get Terry back. I got him on 2 dynasty teams. So yeah, this is a redraft trade question, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it as, okay, Jacob's the best player in the deal, and he has a bunch of receivers, so he can down tier at receiver and get the best player in the deal at running back.
Oh, if you have a lot of receivers, yeah, I'm 100% good with trading, AJ Brown and Ladd to get Josh Jacobs and Terry McLaurin. I mean, Terry McLaurin, feels like the worst player in the deal by far, but you're also getting the best player in the deal. So if you're willing to take the gamble on Terry, and even if Terry ends up being nothing or re-injures himself or whatever, like I'm assuming, Nahal, that you probably already have enough receiver depth, even losing AJ Brown and Ladd, that you can probably afford to take that gamble.
He's already sitting Ladd. That's the one we told him to sit Ladd.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would definitely be willing to do that trade.
Yeah, I just think it makes sense for your team. And again, hey, then you can go to the waiver wire and probably like some decent receivers. And hey, there's going to be some rookies rising if that's the roster of receivers you have. I got to assume that's there's got to be a good waiver wire. And then Seb was saying Chase. Okay, Chase got the picks for a couple seconds and then sent one to you for Marv. I see. So interesting moves by him to go from Amon-Ra and then into Marv there. And then
I mean the fun thing about owning first is the buying power. I mean, you just kind of like buy whatever you want with them. So I definitely respect Chase being willing to take make the bet on Marv. So yeah, hope it works out for him. I suspect it will, but I think it was a fair trade.
What a sucker.
Who?
No, I'm just joking, but you were saying he was willing to take on like the Marv
I'm saying he's willing to make the bet because he's paying up to get him. He's making a bet that Marv is going to be that much better than Ricky Pearsall, that the difference is a first. And I'm willing to bet on the uncertainty there just because I happen to like Pearsall a little bit. But I do love Marv though. So I mean I do think it's a bit of like a kind of a luxury buy for Chase, but I don't mind making the bet. Like I definitely don't think it's a crazy move by him. I think that could certainly age it well in his favor.
If he holds on to Marv, I mean, it will. Just when. I have no doubt it will.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Nahal says one last question. He says AJ Brown and Ladd for Javonte Williams, Cook, Oh yeah, Javonte Williams, Cook, Saquon, and Zay. Yeah, I mean, I like you could basically remove like two of those players out of there, and I'd do it. I'd probably do it for Javonte and Cook, AJ Brown and Ladd. But if you can get more, that's even better. Any thoughts on that, Dan?
Yeah, sorry, I was just distracted for a second. Yeah, so it was what? AJ Brown and Ladd for Javonte Williams, James Cook. Oh, wait, one of those three, like Javonte, James Cook, or Saquon, and then plus Zay Flowers. Um,
I told him
so
I'd do it
are
for
we
just.
comparing that with the other trade? Like, which one we like better, basically?
I just told him like I would do the trade he just said, but I would only take Cook and Javonte because I don't know how you're getting Saquon and Zay added on that. But if you can, absolutely, it's an obvious do that.
Man, I don't even know if I want Saquon over Javonte Williams or James Cook in
Oh,
redraft right now.
sorry. He said one of those running backs in Zay.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I was just like not registering what that meant, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, if you can get, yeah, I would do that. Say,
Yeah. So which of those running backs do you prefer rest of the season, Blake? James Cook, Javonte Williams, or Saquon?
I suppose it has to be James Cook, but I mean, at least, I mean, the funny thing is, like, I kind of want to say Javonte Williams because he's getting the receiving work.
Yeah.
Actually, that's been a really bad thing for James Cook. Is he's not getting like any receiving work at all, which you need.
Well, especially the last couple games. But I mean, before that, he was getting a little more.
He was getting a little bit, but again, I think yeah, he was getting this like absurd amount of like volume like we had not seen from James Cook, and then the coach was saying like we need to start using these other guys, and then you've kind of been seeing that, so we kind of got a little bit to see on Cook. Like it seems like you're already seeing like a little bit of that volume regression come in because they just like using Ty Johnson and stuff like that. So we'll see on that one. One thing I know about Javonte Williams is he's touching the ball every time. He's getting a lot of receptions. It's got to be Cook, but I would say like if you like Javonte more in a hole, I wouldn't blame you. Like honestly, especially if it's full PPR. Especially if it's full PPR, he's been phenomenal. But the answer is Cook, just because I'm a coward.
Yeah, I mean, what feels good about James Cook, I mean, not only is he just like a great player, I mean, he's just probably a better football player than Javonte Williams. But well, I don't know. I mean, obviously the Cowboys have a great offense. I guess I was going to say,
It
that
doesn't even matter about talent. It's just
yeah,
like
I guess that doesn't
it's
even
just
matter.
pure volume. That's the Javonte. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it'd be crazy to say Javonte Williams, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I want to say James Cook though, for right or wrong.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just James Cook's been so awesome. And I mean, hey, if we were drafting off talent, hey, I'd say do Saquon, but he's not producing points right now. I think he could be the best one in there. I don't know. Geez, those are all good running backs, so I'd be happy to.
We also have Red Autry Burner in the chat. I believe he's new to the channel. I don't think we've seen him here before. He says, he says OG Syracuse alum, alluding to Oronde Gadsden, our cover boy here. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he is. Yeah, Gadsden went to Syracuse, and yeah, we're big fans of him here for sure.
And then he says Marv isn't good. Cal McCord is the only reason he went the first round. Cal McCord, Syracuse quarterback last year. So, I mean, hey, we'll take it from the Syracuse fan. I think we got here. You just heard it. You heard it here first, Dan. Marv is not good.
Okay. Well, hey, breaking news.
But welcome, Red Autry. Let us know.
Yeah, good to have you here.
Let us know those. Hey, we need a Syracuse guy. We need some pipeline information. If you got any Syracuse intel on us, let us know. I mean, we would have.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there are like a ton of Syracuse players in the NFL right now. Are there?
Oh, there's
Can
not
you
many.
think of any others?
There's not very many. Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch much college football to begin with.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing something about. It's probably part of the reason why Gadsden didn't go higher. I mean, he had phenomenal production. It looked amazing and probably tested pretty decent for a tight end as far as like athletics. Actually, I don't even know about that. He probably had a good RAS score. I'd be shocked if he didn't.
Yeah. And then Red Autry Burner says again, Marv is not good in all capital letters. So
I like this guy.
tell us why. Like, what is he not good at? Be more specific, please.
I like this guy. No, I think Marv's good, but I don't think he's a good fantasy player right now. But yeah, one day.
I mean,
One day
he's had a few good games. I mean, he hasn't been like Jameson Williams bad or anything like that.
Hey,
Not to pile on him, but
him and Kayshawn, him and Kayshawn Booty are going at it. No, but
and then Jacob says Javante over James Cook for redraft is kind of obvious for redraft. I don't know. Okay,
well,
yeah.
just
I mean, I wouldn't argue with you there too hard. I mean, I think it's close.
I don't think like anyone would have Javante over Cook, which is why it feels weird saying it. But I'm just saying like literally all we should care about in the redraft is just volume and target share and touchdown. They're both scoring touchdowns, yeah, and he's getting more volume and receiving work. So as long as I think that's gonna happen more, like Javante over Cook actually like makes sense. Now it could be a couple down weeks from Cook, but you need a receiving floor, you know. So we'll see how that one ages.
Yeah. Hey, can we do our review of Whiplash? I feel like if we don't do it now, we might never do it here.
Let's do it. Hopefully Nahal's ready for some Whiplash. By the way, I wanted to rewatch it. I didn't, but it's been ingrained in my head. I can just visualize the you know the little hand signals from the whatever his name is, the conductor.
Oh yeah,
Terrence, yeah. What's his last name?
Oh, here, I pull it up. I was just putting up the cast because I'm always bad with like character names. So just put with the review here. Oh, Fletcher. Yeah, that's usually what they call him, Fletcher. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Dan, look, you watched as you start talking about it, I'll relive the movie and you start the conversation here. You just watched it. What is just say anything that comes to mind that you want to talk about?
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is just, wow, like what a movie. Like I so enjoyed it. Great recommendation. Just a super entertaining movie and definitely a movie that really gripped me. I mean, I played drums growing up, so like right away I could just like really relate to the movie, and it kind of like brought me back in time of just remember what it was like, playing for my band and middle school and high school and all that kind of stuff, and just the kind of that whole culture there and everything. So definitely took me back to that, which was kind of fun little trip down memory lane there. But my God, I mean, like the first thing that stood out to me and that just really gripped me was basically the character of Fletcher. Holy cow! I mean, like, dude, like this guy is intense. My God, like when I mean that first scene where you really saw his intensity and ferocity. They were in that like band room. He'd asked him he'd asked what's his name. The Miles Teller character, Andrew. Yeah, he asked Andrew to meet him there early, and they basically started doing this like competition between like him and like a couple other drummers, and seeing like which one could like play the best par for the song or whatever. And when Andrew, the Miles Teller character, was like on the set there, and he was like playing. And Fletcher just starts like going into him, and he's like throwing things around the room and just like going nuts and like screaming at him, and it was just like, oh my God! I mean, it felt like he was about to like kill him or something. Like it was just like so intense, and like for someone like listening to this right now that hasn't seen the movie, like that might sound like really over the top, but like it didn't feel over the top. It felt like so believable. Like I actually felt like I was the Andrew character, like playing drums, and I had this like crazy teacher just like going ballistic on me. And I felt like, oh man, like I better like play this right, or like this guy like might murder me here like right now. I mean, like it was insane. I mean, the acting by what's his name, J.K. Simmons was just like unbelievable. Like I don't know if he won any awards for that, but he was incredible. No surprise.
And he's from Spider-Man. He's the same actor from Spider-Man that plays James Jonathan, whatever his name is, the newspaper head guy. That's boss. And he also is actually, I don't know if you've ever heard about shoot, what is that? It's like an animated show. It's really popular. Has an all-star cast. I mean, it like you wouldn't even believe this, Dan. I doubt you've heard of this show. God, it's someone in here will have to know it. Seb will probably know it.
Yeah.
It's like a super. No, I don't know. It's like a yeah. It's I don't even know. It's like a superhero show. It's called Invincible. That's what it's called. It's called
Oh,
Invincible.
okay.
He's like one of the main voices in it. He's phenomenal. It
Mhm.
has very good. So yes, J.K. Simmons or Simons, whatever his
Yeah.
name is. He is I love this guy. He's phenomenal.
Oh my God! Like I didn't realize he was like that good of an actor. I mean, like you see him in the what is it like State Farm commercials or wait, not State Farm. I forget it now. But there's this one company that's in like all the commercials for, and yeah, I see him in like a movie or two over the years. But like I've never seen him in a role like this, and like I had no idea he
He
could act like that. Unreal.
he cooked. I mean, that's the only way to
Yeah.
put it.
Oh yeah.
By the way, he was a real conductor. Like as in he went to school. He just so happened to be. He got hired,
Oh, wow.
and uh, Damien Chazelle, the director, had no idea that he was like went to school to be a
Oh
conductor.
wow.
So when
How
he was like
cool.
trying to like then tell him, he's like, dude, like I went to school for this. Like we're good. And
Oh man.
Miles Teller taught himself how to kind of play drums, played in a high school band. So already the cast that was picked just so happened to be like perfect for the role. They had these like talents already, and you can
Wow.
just see it. Like it's just so believable. Like that this is I don't know that every he does it literally feels like you're in the room. And by the way, one thing I want to just comment on is like just the articulation from Simmons or Fletcher, like the way he talks is just I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. It's like so. I mean, obviously, what he says is like so demeaning, but it's just so like assertive. It's just so like you just listen. Like you
Oh
could be.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what he's saying. He could be talking about pansies and whatever. Like you're listening to this guy, and what a phenomenal job. And just also, I like almost get these flashes in my mind since watching it. I cannot. It will not leave my mind. Just the way that he like signals. He has this way about him, and he like goes about
Yeah.
his like head, and
Yeah.
that will not leave my. I don't know what it is. There's something so satisfying about the way he does it, and just I don't know, like. Yeah, I'm not even sure how to describe it. It is phenomenal. I just think he did an amazing job, and I love the black T-shirt. There's something about that black T-shirt. It's just like I'm
Yeah.
this evil force.
But you know what's funny is like I mean I probably own like like five or six just like plain black t-shirts like that. I mean I wear that like all the time and I'm sure I've worn black t-shirt on stream like many times. So yeah, maybe I'll have to dress up as Fletcher sometime. Just like we did with the Breaking Bad stream, having some fun with that. But yeah, he was a fascinating character and yeah, I mean like yeah, he just definitely like commanded everyone's attention. And I mean, even like the way the other actors and actresses, like in the band or orchestra or whatever, just like the way they responded to him. I mean, they did a great job acting, just showing like like I better listen to this guy, or like something bad is going to happen here. You just felt it. I mean, it was just like palpable. So yeah, I mean, his character just really created just like such an atmosphere where you felt like you were one of those students there. Especially, often I felt like I was Andrew, like on the drum set there, just like almost like in fear that like I better like do this perfect. And it was really, fascinating learning later in the movie where they like met at that like jazz bar and basically it was almost kind of like the Breaking Bad scene where Walt, talks about, I'm not in the meth business, I'm in the empire business, and he tells the story about how he sold his share of the company Gray Matter Technologies, and for what $1,000, and now it's worth like 2.18 billion or whatever, and that basically, that was basically like the exposition. That was like his background, that like why he became like the character he did, like why he set forth on the journey and the story that he did. And it was a very similar type of scene with Fletcher, because basically what he talks about to Andrew in that bar is basically like how like the great jazz musicians, like would they have existed if they didn't have that like teacher or person that like pushed them? Like who was it? Was it like Charlie Parker that like had like the cymbal thrown at him or whatever it was? So basically it's like, um, you know, that's his belief system, is that like greatness comes from somebody pushing you, not from someone telling you that you're good enough. And there was that powerful line about like, one of like the two most dangerous words in the English language. It's good job.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, like I mean that was just some good writing right there. And like, yeah, I mean you figured like that's what drove him, but it made so much more sense then. I mean, he was basically saying that like, if Charlie Parker like never existed because he didn't have that person that like pushed him, that like that would be a tragedy, and like that's not acceptable for that not to come about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just leaving a quick, letting Red Autry as he goes here. No, and
Oh, okay.
Red Autry, if you just join real quick, or sorry, if you scroll up, by the way, you might, or look in the description. We do have a Discord if you are interested in joining our Discord. I just wanted to let you know that before you head out, but thank you for joining. Yeah, that was a very good scene. I mean, the phenomenal, just everything about this. Again, I didn't know this was Damien Chazelle watching it, and I am like, yeah, I mean, he's got to be like one of my favorite, easily. I mean, he might be my favorite, honestly, like director.
Okay.
Everything. There's not been a single bust I've seen from him. Everything has been. Not only have I loved it, but it's been like one of those movies that you watch and you're like, you don't forget it. All three I've seen, which is La La Land, Whiplash, and Babylon. I've been like these experiences like holy crap, like it's one of it's those movies that just like leave you thinking about it forever, just like it literally like impacts you. It's not one that you watch, you're like, yeah, okay, that was good. I just love when it can, I don't know, make you feel something, impact you, and it can't leave your mind. And even if you want it to, with my god, Caravan has been playing like literally, it's been like it's called like an earworm in like psychology. It's like it will not leave your ear. Which makes sense because it's awesome. So
yeah, I mean, the music in it was great. I mean, I'm not like some big like fan of jazz or whatever, but I thought the music was like really good. Yeah, there was just something about it that worked. I mean, it was just entertaining just from the yeah. I mean, I think like anyone that enjoys music would definitely love this movie. And also, I mean, you don't even have to like music to appreciate it. It's just like that good of a movie. And yeah, there were just some really powerful scenes in it. Another one that comes to mind is when he gets in the car accident. Like he forgets his thumbsticks, and he's like so desperate to prove that, well, just to like be something great. I mean, then that's what drives Andrew. I mean, another scene we could talk about is like the scene where he like breaks up with his girlfriend, and he's like thinking like 10 steps ahead, and just like how like, he basically, like, greatness is all that he seems to care about, and he's willing to sacrifice just about like anything else in his life, including his love life and romance and everything. And I mean, even to the point where he was kind of like cold about it, like in that scene. But yeah, definitely a very driven character. But yeah, the scene that was like, oh my god, that I was just like not expecting. He forgets his drumsticks. I think he leaves them at the like the used car place, so he has to like drive back there. And then he's like coming back, and he's like so desperate to get back and make it in time for the performance before like the backup drummer like basically steals his job, right? And he's like distracted talking on the phone. He's like rushing back, speeding, and he must have like run a red light or something, because like a truck just like barrels into his car like out of nowhere. It's like the last thing you're expecting at that moment.
Yeah.
And then he like crawls out of the wreckage, and his only priority is like, I need to like get to the concert. And so he just like leaves the accident. He's like walking there, like stumbling, like all bloody and everything. And he like, stumbles into the onto the stage, and like takes his seat at the drums, and like starts playing, even though his like hand is like mangled, and he can like barely even like hold the stick. I mean, like, holy cow. I mean, like, I mean, I have to imagine. I mean, I feel like my jaw just was probably like on the floor
No.
for just that entire sequence there. It was just like, oh my God, like, is this really happening right now? This is so wild.
Yeah, that is like such that one stands out. Like one of the most important scenes in there too. And you just so you know what I love about that, by the way, this that whole scene is that's like the definition of like show and don't tell. Now I guess in the
Oh, yeah.
girlfriend's in scene, actually he technically was telling and
Yes.
a bit into the conversation, but this was the exact opposite. It was not a conversation. It was just pure action. And by the way, one thing I loved about this is when he gets in the car crash. I don't know about you. All I'm thinking is it's like, oh man, like, where's this going? Like, he, like, he's just gonna give up. Like, that's my expectation. It's like, hey,
Oh yeah,
he got
I
a
thought
car
like
crash. Like,
he'd like be in a wheelchair and it's like some kind of like tragic end or whatever. Like
maybe
I
it
didn't
ends
know
as
where they were gonna go from there.
maybe like it ends as drumming. Almost like actually, you know what it really reminds me of is like Million Dollar Baby, where you're like,
Oh, dude,
it,
totally, totally. I was just
it,
thinking that.
it was like that, but it's like no, like when he got up and got through there, that's where I was just like, I was just mesmerized. I'm like, how
Yeah,
I don't even know how you come up with this. It's so obvious. It's like, okay, you can sew the car garage. He's just so no. It was the last thing I was expecting,
yeah.
and then he gets in there and he's playing, and then he, not to mention, then he that isn't that right when he tackles Fletcher, who's
Oh my God, that was
which
insane. Yeah,
also is another just completely like, you won't. I don't know. You I guess I wouldn't take it out of the possibilities of something he would do. Unlike kind
right,
of like the car crash and getting out. To me, that just felt like a 0% outcome. But
right.
like the tackling was just like hilarious and it just like it was just like such a needed moment in this whole story too. And then
I mean,
also
it sounds so ridiculous, but it felt like it just made sense. I mean, there
yeah,
was so much building tension between the two characters of Fletcher and Andrew there, and I 100% agree with what you said about yeah, talk about show and show not tell. I mean, that scene with the car crash and how he responded to it, just like getting to the performance at all costs. It revealed so
yeah,
much about his character. It just said so much just purely through action, not through any dialogue. I absolutely love that.
yeah. No normal human would ever do that. But again,
Oh
it's
my
when you
God.
know when you've went through the story, it's very believable to him, and it's how he gets to where he ends up.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of seemed like a Tom Brady kind of character there. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like that's like what Tom Brady would do if he got into like a car crash on like the way to a football game. Like, he would be
yeah.
like crawling out of the wreckage and be like nothing's stopping me from getting to that game because like I don't want Jarrett Stidham like stealing my job or whatever.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like that scene. I mean, that's got to be one of the most important. One of my just like favorite. Yeah, like just.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
incredible.
when I kept watching, like every time I was this, as the movie kept going and going, you were saying like the jaw dropping. Like to me, I was just like, I knew it was supposed to be a movie going in. I don't care about jazz band and drumming
Right.
and stuff like that. And as the movie went on, I mean, obviously your investment's going up extremely. And by the time, I mean, very early in, I'm like, holy crap, like we're in for a ride here.
Yeah.
By that point, I'm just like, where is this even going? Like, how does we? I don't even know what the story is too of how it's gonna end, and it does not disappoint at all. I don't know if we should then kind of talk about like I guess the post car crash. Is that where you want to go with this? Or
Yeah, although I just also wanted to mention, like, I thought the cinematography in it was great. I mean, they did a lot of like interesting things. Like I noticed, I think it was in that scene I was talking about earlier where they were in that like band room or whatever. Like toward the end of the scene, like they went to this they went to like a handheld camera and it was like really like jerking everything,
Mhm.
and like that was like a really cool effect. It just kind of like made you feel like you were there and kind of captured some of the tension like going on in the scene and everything like that. I thought that was cool. Also, just all like the quick cuts with and close up shots of like when the band was
The band,
playing,
yeah, that's what I think of.
playing
Yeah,
around with the editing a lot. And they also did this one thing. I think it was in one of the last scenes, which I really want to talk about because the last scene was incredible of the movie. But they did this like really fast, like panning back and forth between like Fletcher,
yes,
orchestrating, and then like Andrew on the drum set, and it was just like this ultra pan. I don't know if I'd like ever seen anything like that, and like I'm assuming that was all done in camera, or although I don't know. Like, I mean, do they have to like use some like special effect for that? But I assume it was real and done in camera, but it looked really cool, and I'm not sure I'd ever quite seen anything like that. So I definitely thought they got really creative with
yeah.
just the editing and cinematography and everything. Also, the movie just had like a really kind of just like cool, like dark and gritty feel to it.
Yeah, the color, like
Yeah, the color. Yeah.
yeah, I think it was like a yellow like tint is what I can recall.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought the cinematography, yeah, was like phenomenal. I can't like even really remember much, but I remember when the band was going and it was like I felt like a lot of like these like moving shots, like kind of like
Yeah.
it's going left and right.
Quick
It's going.
edits.
It's like yeah,
Yeah.
it's very quick and it's moving as the music's going and it just
Yeah, but
felt
it really captured like the drama, the
yeah.
tension, just like all the different emotions and things going on in the scene. I feel like the editing and cinematography really captured well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it was just phenomenal. Yeah, so I mean, it just felt like a movie where everything it was just done like to the best of its ability. The script, the acting,
Oh yeah,
yeah, the
100%.
cinematography. It was so good,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to remember then what I was gonna say. It
Well,
was about that
you wanted to
final.
get toward like post accident in the movie
Yeah,
and how everything kind of resolved. I mean, basically, Andrew gets kicked out of the school. Fletcher basically gets fired as well, didn't he?
yeah. Fletcher gets fired because of well Andrew then goes and like gets it kind of like rats on him to that whoever that person was that was kind of
Wait,
looking in.
wait, did he though? Because I thought he was like given the opportunity to, and he like actually ended up defending them, didn't he?
No, he as far as when I watched it he definitely like it doesn't show him ratting,
Okay.
but I'm like 99% sure he did because he hated him so much. He's just like, I mean, he hated his guts, and then he just so happens to run into him, and then Fletcher stops him, and then they kind of get in this friendly conversation. He's like, oh, okay, like maybe this guy isn't so bad after all. Kind of as you the yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can look into that one
Oh
after.
yeah, but actually, I think what you're saying makes sense now. And I should
But
mention, like, I did occasionally have some issues with the stream of the movie. I was
okay,
watching it on fmovies.llc, and occasionally, like every once in a while, the movie would like skip ahead like 30 seconds or like something like that. It was really annoying. And so like usually I would like go back and rewind it.
yeah,
Um, and sometimes that corrected it, but other times it would just like skip at the same part again, which was like super annoying.
I see.
So it may have been like a few seconds here or there that I missed. But one thing that I think I actually did miss, and yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the movie again. Yeah, find a better place to watch it where I don't have any of these issues. But it was pretty much like in the final scene or like kind of like leading up to where things really got going. But basically Fletcher, from what I remember, he like went up to Andrew who was like sitting at his drum set, and Fletcher said something to the effect of like, I know it was you.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's exactly what you said. That's why I was like,
Okay.
for a second, I'm like, how? I'm like, is this something that just like completely went on my head? Yeah, no, like that's what he
Well, no,
does
but
go
see,
and say to him.
the
Yeah.
reason I mentioned the skippings is because as soon as he said that
Yeah.
line, then it skipped forward.
Okay.
And like even when I rewound, like I couldn't like
So
I must have missed like 15 or 30 seconds or something.
yeah,
So it was frustrating.
well,
But
that's a
that makes sense now.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a very important one, and I like just in case, like, because if it skips something, like maybe it doesn't fully click.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
assuming you realize like obviously you realize like it was, but I'm just like he there was no drums. We know that, right? I just want to make sure that if you didn't if you potentially if you didn't realize that uh that Andrew was the one that ratted and he said we were I want to make sure we're caught up on that. You
Well, yeah,
that
I
all
get like
clicked,
I
right?
don't think it's fully registered because again, like I didn't see like this
Yeah.
small chunk of the movie at a really pivotal part.
So yeah,
So
he completely just to 100% clear that you're on the same page.
I
He
got it.
completely screwed him.
Gotcha.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
there was no drums in the for that song that they played, and then that's how we get to the yeah the later part of the final scene there.
Yeah, but
Um,
the final scene was incredible. I
yeah,
mean, basically where I mean essentially like yeah, Andrew he's like not doing a good job or whatever, and he ends up like walking out
no,
like during the
it wasn't that he wasn't doing a good job. There was no drums. There was literally no drums in that song. So he was trying to improvise drums, but there was
Oh,
no.
that was just him trying to improvise.
That's what I
Okay.
was trying to clear up right now. Was that like yeah, there was literally no drums. Like he put him out there and made him think that he didn't give him the notes. There was no drums in that song in the
I
first
see.
place. So he started playing
Okay.
his. So then they're like, yeah, what the hell are you doing? There's no drums in this. So that's what happened there. I wanted to make sure you knew that.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha. But I mean, he does, yeah, end up like improvising or whatever, just like because he refuses to, yeah, accept that, and then what? Like Fletcher says something to the effect of like, oh, like I guess you don't got it after all or
Yeah,
whatever, and then yeah, Andrew like walks out and he's like, distraught. His like father consoles him. He's like, let's go home.
yeah,
And then, uh, but he doesn't go home. He ends up like turning around, walking like back
yeah.
on stage, and pretty much just like takes over the show. I mean, like not only is he, he starts like playing, but like not only is he the drummer, he's essentially the conductor at that point. He's like, he was like the guy next to him to like, oh, start playing this, on my cue or whatever. And then, the guy starts like doing that with, whatever instrument he's playing. And then like the rest like join in. And then he's basically like conducting the band at this point. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
incredible.
No, yeah. I mean, it was just everything. It's so hard to articulate. It was just so perfect of how they wrapped everything up because it's again a story like this. Man, they could go so many ways. They could. For the best part is again, it's just like they're not even using dialogue. Like
Right.
it's just purely through action and music,
Yeah.
which is I mean just so much of this
But
movie.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
It,
music's
it,
playing like the entire time, basically, or most of
yeah.
this time, the segment we're talking about. But yet, so much is happening during that music. I mean,
It's
it's amazing, like
it,
how much story is happening.
so much more than dialogue can even accomplish,
Right.
which is like there's such impressive part of it. And you were talking about the panning. That's what I wanted to comment on. By the way, throughout the movie, the amount of like shots where you're like in the perspective of like Andrew, like kind of in his drum set, and it's just like staring. It's just like a close shot or like a medium shot of like of Fletcher, and it's
Mhm.
just when he looks at you, like you better
Yeah.
hope like again, you better hope you're doing well because
Yeah.
that drums whatever that cymbal could be coming at your head.
Oh yeah.
And in that final shot, that's what I remember. I can't exactly remember what the shots are, but it's just so much of you're seeing him conducting and he's looking over. He's
Mhm.
like, "What are you doing back here? Like what the
Yeah,
hell?"
yeah. At some point, like he basically approaches Andrew on like the drum set, and he's like, like what are you doing? And there's that part where basically Andrew answers like I forget like the exact words he says, but basically like some of the effect of like like I'll cue you, or he basically like tells them like that he's not just like doing it to like defy him, but like there's kind of like this turning point there where he's actually kind of like teaming up with Fletcher
Yeah,
and saying like, hey, like, without actually saying in words, like, let's do something cool here. Like, let's, I mean, basically, probably like the easiest way I could articulate it is, I mean, basically they're playing jazz at that point because I mean, what is jazz all about? It's about improvising, and that's
yeah,
exactly what Andrew is doing there. So yes, initially it's like this act of defiance, like against Fletcher, but at some point there, I think at the point where Fletcher kind of confronts him on the drum set while he's playing and asks what he's doing, like all of a sudden it like turns into like, let's do this together. Like, okay,
yeah.
like do this on my cue. And then all of a sudden, I think kind of the light bulb goes off for Fletcher where he
Yeah.
realizes like, oh wait, like this is turning into something else. Like, we can actually like team up here and create like really beautiful piece of jazz music. And
And
ultimately,
that's all
like,
he cares about too. I guess
yeah, isn't that what it's all about?
that's what it's all about. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly, and it's exactly what it is. I mean, like actually, like this is how crazy it is. Like Fletcher was such a hater that he was actually willing to like ruin, like honestly, like ruin his reputation potentially, even though it was more so on Andrew. He obviously wanted to ruin Andrew's reputation so he could ever play jazz, even if he wanted to, but just to completely screw him over, and he was really he was willing to just kind of ruin his show over that. Well, Andrew could have went back out and he could have completely ruined the show and like got some kind of enjoyment out of that. Like I think that's a huge part, but it says so much about Andrew. That's not what he's gonna do. What he's gonna do is he's gonna just completely take it over.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, a little Rico Dowdle-esque, and then, but yeah, it was just like, what are you doing, dude? The song ended, and he's
Yeah.
just going absolutely nuts, whatever. There's that one point where it's like, it's like, it's like sounds like a machine gun's going off,
Oh my God.
yeah,
I mean, like it was absolutely incredible. I mean, I assume that was Miles Teller
it
like
was
actually
all,
playing,
yeah, it was
but
all him.
I mean, yeah, it's great to hear that confirmed. I mean, like my God, like what an amazing drummer musician. Yeah, and even I mean, just the music in general. I mean, it was just like phenomenal, just so impressive. Even like the other drummers, like the guys he was competing with as well, like they were really awesome too. Even if like Fletcher, called him like garbage or whatever. And
Yeah.
my God, I mean, it was just so entertaining, like how demanding he was. Like he would hear him for like 2 seconds, up next one, and then up, no, next one, okay, back
Yeah.
to the first one. Like, I mean, it was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's just so many ways to, I don't know, interpret or just like comment about the ending. But like one of I mean, again, he loves music. Fletcher loves music so bad, and yeah, and Andrew is so dedicated. Like the funny part is, I mean, he just goes from saying, I know you did it, and just completely screwing him over. He obviously they hate each other's guts.
Yeah.
And then okay, now they team up. But the thing is, like, too, is like, yeah, Fletcher is just like he literally just stole the show. Like Fletcher
Yeah.
is like, what the hell are you doing, man? He's like so confused. But just the fact
Yeah.
that like music, just again, nothing even with dialogue, just Andrew
Yeah.
just going nuts. I mean, says so much about his character and like how bad he wants it. He's doing everything that Fletcher has ever put in and tried to get out of him. It's
Yeah.
all coming to form in front of his eyes, and he's just going like, I can only imagine his head. He's like, holy shit, like it works.
Yeah.
Like,
Because at a certain point, like I said, that light bulb goes
yeah,
off, and he just realizes, like, oh, wait a minute, like he's finally like becoming like what I pushed him to become. He's like he's taking control, and he's just like going for it, and he's playing jazz. I mean, that's like the only way you
yeah,
could say it. But yeah, I think probably like my favorite thing about that scene, that final scene of the movie, is it's just so fascinating trying to like figure out exactly what's happening,
yes,
because it's such like a fine line between like, okay, is Andrew doing this as like to defy him, or is it actually like a good thing that he's doing, and then oh, he's actually like doing it for the good of everyone and like teaming up with them versus just doing this on his own and just kind of
yes,
giving a big middle finger to everyone. It's such a fine line between the two, and throughout that entire scene, while like the music's playing and everything, and he's playing on the drums there and just doing this crazy thing, just as the viewer, you're just trying to figure out like what is going on here. And like I felt like my opinion just like it shifted so many times, between like, okay, this is like, this is an act of defiance versus like he's just trying to play great music and do something
yeah.
cool. It was just such a wild journey that the movie
Yeah.
took you on in this final scene.
It was just like so incredibly ambiguous of
Yeah.
like the ending because again there was no dialogue. I think you can interpret a million different ways. I think a lot of times you kind of come to these similar conclusions but again they could be kind of varying. Exactly. It's just like okay, number one, like I don't know. There's just so many thoughts. It's like, is he doing it to give him the finger, or it's like, yeah, is he proud or whatever? Or is he kind of like saying like, hey, like screw you, like almost in like the smile. It's like almost like, hey, like screw you still. Like
Yeah,
I
is he
just
just
did
trying to
what
like
you thought.
embarrass him because I mean, he's this conductor with this
Yeah,
like massive ego and everything like that, and here he is like taking control,
yeah,
stealing the show, not only being the drummer but also essentially the conductor. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine anything that would probably drive Fletcher nuts more than that, than like someone like strong arming him,
yeah.
so to speak. But yet,
Like
at some point, Fletcher is able to realize that, like,
it's just great
like we
music.
talked about, like this is,
Yeah,
he's becoming what I want him to become. And I was almost surprised that Fletcher was able to kind of like relinquish his ego in that moment, because he could have just gotten caught up on that and like never gotten on board with what Andrew was doing there. So I was almost like pleasantly surprised by his character that he was able to like let go of his ego and like just get on board with this
yeah,
and just make this beautiful piece of music for everyone to enjoy.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it says a lot about Fletcher. I mean, like
Oh yeah.
again, you see so much throughout there, but it's just like at the end of the day, like this is all he wants. This is all he like seems to care about. He's literally going like, I mean, so much so that like a student killed himself, and by the way,
Right.
he wasn't even sad the student killed himself, like or the former student had
Yeah.
committed suicide. He was just he literally never even like I don't think he even said his name or something. What he did he was talking about him as a musician and not as a person. Like he
Yeah.
only cared about the musician that
He
died.
played like a recording of him playing his instrument or whatever, to like the class. And yeah, so
It's the only time you kind of see that side of him, and he very deliberately, I remember, does not even talk about him as a person. He like it's
right, he
as a
says like he was
musician.
a beautiful like musician,
Yeah, Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like he might have said the guy's name, but I
Yeah,
honestly
yeah,
wouldn't be.
I mean, but you're right. I mean, it was sort of in like a dehumanizing way where he just truly just saw him for what he did as a musician,
Yeah,
and yeah, I think that's a great observation. So yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, Fletcher is a very flawed character, but there is some kind of like at least small redemption at the end there, where it's like, hey, he's not perfect, but like you have to respect just how much he cares about something,
yeah,
and even if his tactics were questionable, debatable.
extremely, extremely
Yeah,
debatable.
extremely. Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
Um, he was still doing it like for the right reason, even if it was like way over the top and insane.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of the funny part. You said something there about giving him credit for kind of putting aside, but the funny thing is too is like, I mean, it's very Fletcher like, especially I think just that scene talking about that student that killed himself or whatever car crash. I forget what happened. If it was
It was a car accident.
a car accident, I don't know if he lied about that or not. I'm trying to remember watching the movie, or there might be
Oh,
maybe
right, because
something.
later, yeah, don't they
Yeah,
say like, yeah, that he actually killed himself? But
yeah,
I
he
think he did
actually
lie about that.
yeah, he
Yeah,
actually, yeah, I think he lied about it. But because of like, because of that scene, and you kind of see that he like it's really all about the music he cares. Like again, I think it says a lot about the end. I mean, I don't think it gives like two iotas to like he does not care at all about what Andrew like anything to do with Andrew. Like that's why he's able to put his egos aside. Is he's
Mhm.
being a part of like this amazing moment or whatever best drum solo ever. He gets to be a part of that. He's got to like create it. Like he's obviously gonna let that play out, and it's I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could. It's easy to say that oh yeah he's I don't know proud of Andrew or something. I really don't think he is. I think he's like, pretty proud that like he was able to just whatever he was. That would be the moment in his career where everything comes together. He's kind of like justified his own. He's able to justify his own methods and
Yeah,
kind of be
right.
like it's almost like more of an inflation to his ego. It's like I told you
Okay,
so. So
fair
I don't
enough.
see it as like him
Yeah,
being able to put it. He temporarily puts it down in order to get what he wants and
I see
eventually
the bigger
inflate
picture.
his
Yeah,
ego.
but I think one other thing that was cool is just like not only does Fletcher kind of follow Andrew's lead in that final scene there, but there's even this cool part at the very end where like they work together, where Fletcher's actually um, leading Andrew in terms of like he's
Yeah.
like telling him to like slow down, and it was so cool how he did it. Like this like intense drum solo, goes slower and quieter to like this quiet slow beat, and then Fletcher is like
Yeah. Yeah.
tell him he's like now pick it up, go faster, faster, louder, louder, and then the final exclamation point on this like insane, amazing drum solo. The like entire jazz band like joins in for like just like
Yeah.
this big exclamation point at the end, and then boom, roll credits. It was like,
Yeah.
oh man, what a movie!
Yeah. Like I was so lost in it that I was like, okay, yeah, I guess this movie had to end. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, I was almost like sad it ended like on
yeah.
just like so abruptly like that, but at the same time, it was just like the most like perfect,
Yeah.
like end on a high note, and not, I mean, yeah, like literal high note. I mean, it was just like such an amazing scene, and yeah, I love the way, yeah, the entire band like just like came in for a few seconds to just like put the exclamation point on this like big drum solo and
Yeah.
jazz song and everything like that. I mean, it was just incredible.
No, yeah, I mean, I love how like yeah, the music ties in so well, and yeah, they hit that classic like caravan note in there to wrap it up. Oh my god, yeah, what a! I mean, there's just too much to talk about. It
Oh
was
yeah.
so good. I mean, there was all those drummers and the he didn't hide the or intentionally lose the guy's notebook, but like then Fletcher like actually was like gave him the job and actually like respected him for like he thought Andrew like sabotaged the other drummer, like, and and Fletcher liked that, he like I don't know, you just like see these weird like things of it's just like it's almost just like you're brawling with your bandmates, like inching and literally going down to like bleeding in the drum
Oh my
off.
God. I mean, yeah, it was so intense. I mean, like the sweat on his face, the sweat on like the cymbals and the drums and
Yeah,
like the blood, and he's like putting these band-aids on. I mean, there was just like
it's
yeah,
it's
nothing that would stop him
yeah.
from being just like the absolute best jazz drummer that he could become.
and just so odd because like you think of drumming, you do not think of like physically demanding
Yeah,
bleeding and like literal. Yeah, I mean that's like
yeah.
football.
I mean, yeah.
It's
I never got to that point when I was drumming. So,
yeah.
I mean, my God, that was so intense and so cool. Shoot, I feel like there was like one other thing I wanted to mention. Um, but yeah, God, I mean, just
One
what a phenomenal movie. I mean, great recommendation. Yeah, maybe
yeah.
I'll think of it later. But
Yeah,
yeah, was there anything
if
else you wanted
you
to say about the movie?
yeah, if you think about it, the one thing I want to mention that was just like, yes, just so. I mean, I would just found it so interesting. We talked about it a bit, but just I don't know if in a movie I've ever felt like so like this barrier just does not exist between characters. Because here's the thing, like you see in shows like people murder people, and I don't know, there was something, it's something about it. You kind of just accept it. You kind of, I don't know, you can be comfortable with like, oh, I knew that person was gonna kill. No, with Fletcher, you're so on edge. And they're in this environment that's like a band. Like you can't physically harm your whatever your band member or whatever that like that's
Yeah,
not acceptable. You can't do that in school. But
yeah,
he was willing to like verbally and physically go beyond, like not just go beyond the line, like take it to as about as far as you can go. I mean, nearly before murdering him. Like honestly, it was just like that close.
I mean, it felt like he was like right on the verge of that. I mean, it was just so intense. You could so feel it. I mean, I really felt like I was there
Yeah.
experiencing it as the character of Andrew. I mean, it was really incredible.
Yeah, it was just so, I don't know, like off-putting, but like it's so entertaining to watch. Of just like
Oh yeah.
you cannot put your guard down when watching
Oh
because you
my
don't
God.
know when he's gonna throw a symbol or whatever, and you're almost like interested of like, okay, like how much crazier can this guy get? Like how much more can he go than, and also it says so much about that one scene where that one guy that didn't know he was out of note, like that's a perfect way to describe it, of just like he just cannot have any I don't know, what is it, like sympathy or what's the word, he just can't like uh I don't know, be like a decent human for a moment in that band room.
Right.
When he calls out that guy that didn't know he was out of, or he thought he was out of tune but he wasn't, and he's just like completely embarrassing him, like just beyond what any normal human would do.
Right.
It means it's if you took your worst nightmare of being in that situation, it would basically unfold every time. Like I think that's maybe the best way to describe it. If you were in that chair in that thing in real life, your biggest nightmare that could possibly happen about, I don't know, if you're sitting in band class in his
Yeah.
spot, you're like, oh, maybe the instructor looks at me weird or something. But
Right.
maybe your head starts to unravel, and you're like, what if he does this and that? No, Fletcher takes it even beyond what you could ever imagine, and it's just, there's something about that was just so, I don't know, entertaining, and just I had
Yeah.
never seen that in a show ever. I don't think anything to that degree. It was just so unique.
Yeah, I mean, you could just feel the intensity coming from the character of Fletcher. I mean, I felt like he was gonna like throw a symbol at me like through the
Yeah.
television. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, you just so felt like you were there. So I think that was one of the most incredible things about this movie. And I remember the last thing I wanted to mention, because you had mentioned that part about how Andrew like loses the folder that has like the music for that like drummer, and that's how he like basically like gets like the starting gig there. Do we actually know what happened with that? Like, did he do that on purpose, or was it like a complete accident or
No.
fluke? And he's like, oh, like maybe the janitor came by, and the guy's like, the janitor? Like, I mean, like,
Oh,
what actually happened there? Like, are we supposed to know, or?
no, you know what? When you're saying that, like, I mean, I this is a complete theory. I think, like, I almost wonder if it was like Fletcher just saw the folder and took himself. I
Right,
actually bet that's what happened, and he probably
right,
didn't know that Andrew did that. He probably didn't know Andrew was looking after. He just saw the folder and probably just went,
yeah,
"Screw you, whoever this is.
yeah,
I just told you not to do that," or
yeah.
however you would say. I
Like,
just told.
I'll teach these students a lesson. Like they set the folder down and weren't looking after it.
I'm willing to bet he was the one to
Yeah,
do it. I would
that
have
makes
never put that
sense.
together until talking about it
Yeah,
now. That would make so much sense.
yeah,
But also, yeah, he definitely didn't like do it on purpose. He went to the vending machine or whatever.
yeah. I mean, it seemed innocent, but yeah, just like thinking back on it now, I was like, wait a minute, like what actually happened there? Like, was that an accident? Like, did he actually do it on purpose? But
Who
yeah,
would
I think that's
take
probably the
that?
best theory. I mean, like, who knows? Like, maybe if I went back and watched it, maybe there's even like some kind of visual clue or
Yeah,
something where like
probably.
you see Fletcher in the background, or like part of him, like, grab it or something. Maybe it's one of those like little Easter eggs hidden in the movie. So I'll have to go back and yeah, I'm sure I'll be watching the movie again. It was
Oh my
phenomenal.
god, yeah, that's why I really want to watch it before
Yeah.
going on. We cannot end without you're rushing, rushing. What's the other one? What was the one? Dragging.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Are
not
you a
not quite
rusher
like tempo.
or are you a dragger?
Yeah, yeah, the way he says it, you're a rusher. Are you the way he is, I don't know, his
Yeah.
pronunciation was just like, there was something about it that I thought was so interesting as well. So much about that movie, it was just something so simple, and it's like, I don't know, it just felt so unique watching. It just felt like a movie where I've never seen anything like this, like, honestly, and which is hard to say these days.
Yeah, I mean, I think what was cool about it, to your point there, is that there was like this like really beautiful simplicity about the movie,
Yeah.
where like the plot wasn't too complicated. There wasn't anything like really confusing about it. There was just like this nice simplicity that allowed you to really focus on the characters,
Yeah.
the emotions and tensions and storylines and what was happening, like both spoken but especially like unspoken. So I think that was cool. I think like the movie was just like a really cool character study.
No, yeah, exactly. The plot, it was so focused and a lot in the same location, and I thought that was very interesting. How good of a, yeah. I mean, there's really only a few characters you even like come to even know by the end, and it just
Yeah,
what a
and I feel
yeah.
like I'm not sure if there's a name for that, like where like a movie or a show like all kind of like takes place like in like one main spot, or sometimes even like one room. There might be a term for that, but I think it's cool because it just really allows you to like focus on, like I said, like characters and in some movies it might be like great screenwriting, but it allows you to like focus on the things that really matter in the movie and not get distracted by a complicated plot or a constant change of scenery or whatever. So I definitely think that worked really well in this movie.
Yeah, no, and then Nahal added, I told him to count, and he got slapped at 4. And yeah, that was like one of those moments where you're like, really? Like, is he
Yeah,
really gonna like slap? And
yeah.
is he actually gonna allow him to like slap him? I mean, just talking about again, just like your worst nightmare. I mean,
Oh
just
my
I mean,
God.
so ruthless. And also, there was something I saw a clip of when he made him count. Whatever the beat out, whatever 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it was. He actually did it properly, by the way. Like the way he did it in the movie was actually correct, like to a
Uh,
T. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me then if Fletcher just completely was just being a dick and just like trying to weed him out. I mean, that's really all he was doing the whole time. Is just who wants to be here and
yeah.
who wants to make great music. Because if you don't, like, like I'm gonna force you out, which is like what he was doing the whole time. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. If I was in that situation, absolutely, I'd be out, unless I
Oh
thought
my
I could
God.
be
I
the
mean,
next Tom Brady.
I've actually had college professors that kind of reminded me of the Fletcher character. I mean, obviously, like not to that degree. I mean, Fletcher was an extreme exaggeration of that, but I could certainly like relate to it. And I know that feeling of like, oh boy, like, am I really stuck with this, like with this guy for this whole semester or whatever? And like, I better not do or say anything wrong, because like, this guy's gonna, try to humiliate me or like God knows what. So.
Yeah, and then and also I said something as he was saying it. The cool thing, oh yeah, that he wasn't rushing or dragging. Yeah, he just wanted to see if he was like confident, and yeah, knowing that's what it was. He was wanting to see if he was confident, and like, Andrew didn't know. He was like, yeah, I think he, whatever. If he knew he did it right, he would have said, I just did it right.
Mhm.
Yeah, good point in the whole. And also there was a funny thing Hall said. He said, why do you suppose I hurled that? Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at you, Justin Fields? Says the Jets GM, which is, I
Oh
don't know if you saw
man.
the Jets GM comment on him, but he basically, I mean, it was Fletcher-esque, just his comment.
Okay.
Just
I mean, yeah. I mean, Fletcher was definitely kind of like he reminded me of like a Bill Belichick kind of character. I mean, can you imagine Fletcher as like
yeah,
a head coach? I mean, like that would be pretty interesting.
yeah. A lot of it, I was kind of thinking that too. Of like, he feels like a football coach
Yeah.
in the thing. Like way worse. He's the worst football coach known to man in a band. He coaching a band. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the head coach that like everyone hates, but then after the career's over, like they love him because he helped them get the best out of them and win a bunch of championships, and and there probably is like a human in there after all, like just like Bill Belichick. I mean, like everyone will tell you about him, like oh, he's such a funny guy, and you don't see like the real him and everything like that. So I'm sure there's an element to that to Fletcher as well, where there is a real human being under there, but he really is just trying to get the best out of his students. And he even says in that scene in the jazz bar, like like I didn't always succeed, but like I'll never regret that. I tried my damnedest, and that's like more than a lot of people can say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what was this? I, I just had it one moment before he stopped.
Yeah. It's the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Fletcher was like based off an actual like music teacher he had. Now
Okay.
he said it was obviously like very like exaggerated, but I'm sure like the same thing. Why it can be relatable if you've had a teacher who's like, yeah, it was based on like a real experience of getting pushed, and he probably, I mean, like whether it was like a moment, like I bet there was something that happened maybe similar to the car crash, and maybe his mind went there in the moment of like, if I crashed a car, would this guy care, like and yeah, there was something about that car crash of just, you think like for a moment Fletcher will like let him off the hook, like he got in a car crash, or
Right.
you think someone's gonna give up, and none of that happens. It's just like, nope, too bad, you forgot your drumsticks, that's on you. You got in a car crash, that's on you. You're not playing good music. That's all I care about, man.
I think at some point in that scene, I think Fletcher kind of like comes over to him and he kind of sees like just how bloodied up he is, and just realizes like, okay, something happened here, like something isn't right, and he probably doesn't know exactly what it is, but I mean, it just such a crazy scene there. I mean, I can't even imagine like what Fletcher was thinking there, and how he even like made sense of like what the heck just happened to this guy, and like why is he here playing drums?
Yeah, it's like you see like a moment of like, what the hell, man? Like you like almost kind of been like, are you all right? Like for a moment,
right.
But then he's like actually like digging into me. He's like, dude, you're ruining like our band, like, and he's to be in Fletcher kind of again there, and then it leads to the tackle. But yeah, I mean, just so, I don't know. I genuinely, like, if there was ever if I was ever to make a film, like I think every tactic used in this, I think this is like the I don't know, the perfect case study. This is like, there's just so much used across here, whether it's bits and pieces. It's just absolute cinema.
Oh yeah, 100%. Amazing movie. Highly recommend it if you guys haven't seen it. I mean, if you watched our review and you haven't seen it, we definitely spoiled a lot of the plot, but I'm sure you would still really enjoy it. So
I don't know that it matters. I think there's moments that you take the shock factor down, but like it's just one, you got to see it to experience it.
Yeah, but I do think that the shock value was kind of a fun element into it, because you just kind of like never knew what you were going to get, and it was just kind of a fun journey to go on, just like not knowing what was going to happen next. But either way, highly recommend the movie. Just outstanding. I'll definitely be watching it again at some point. Yeah. And should we call it a night here, or is there any other live chat that we wanted to catch up on before we wrap up?
Seb was asking if we're gonna do a horror movie. I'll say, I mean, we probably do a horror movie, but let's do like kind of like I don't know. Let's pick that one so we don't get Happy Gilmore 2 again.
Oh God, yeah.
Because
I mean, we do usually pick the next movie right after we finish our review. So do we want to do that here, or do we want to maybe take a day or two to think about it?
I'm just pulling out some films maybe that we can maybe just
because I had made a list as well as some options for the future.
By the way, I wonder if Nahal has seen this. I doubt you've seen it, Dan. I feel like you would have definitely told him about this. Did you ever hear about the movie Him that's in theaters right now, or was just in? It's like a football movie, and it has that. Let me tell you the guy's name. You'll probably recognize it. He's Marlon Wayans. Like,
oh, okay.
You'd recognize him. He's in a bunch of these comedies, like I think.
Like, the Wayans brothers, right?
Yeah, like he's in like White Chicks. He's like the main dude in that, or one of the main dudes. Sorry. Anyways, he plays like a serious role, but it's just like I watched it. I I don't know what my expectations were. It was like I thought it was brutal. Like unless
Um,
there's just like something I'm missing.
yeah.
It's like genuinely one of the worst movies I think I ever watched. Like
Oh
that.
wow.
So I mean,
Yeah.
hey, I'm if someone enjoyed it, I'm sorry. It was just not for me. I thought the cinematography was pretty good though. I will say that. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, the everything else I did not like. Dude, this is my favorite kind of horror. By the way, I doubt you saw Weapons too. I don't know if you like seen the current movies coming out. Weapons is like the movie that the director Jordan Peele wanted to get, and
Hmm.
like fired someone over because he didn't get it. That Weapons movie was a lot of fun. That's like right up my alley for like horror. It's like almost like this like comedy like mixed in this really like it's not like a comedy at all, but it's got these very comedic elements in it. Very
Hmm.
similar. It's made by the same guy that made Barbarian. Again, I don't think you saw that too. That is one I would suggest watching because I don't know. Let me know if someone in here saw Barbarian, but like those are some fun ones, like more recent ones that I think are fun for review. And then there's
Okay.
obviously all the classics. What comes to mind for you?
Yeah, I mean, what comes to mind to me is, I mean, my favorite director is Woody Allen. We have not done a Woody Allen movie yet, so I definitely wouldn't mind picking one of those. I mean, there are just so many incredible movies to choose from when it comes to Woody Allen films. I mean, he's basically has like written and directed a movie uh, each year for like over 40 straight years. I mean, it's
Wow.
unreal. So, I mean, that's where my mind goes. I mean,
Okay.
Clint Eastwood is another favorite director of mine. I know you saw Million Dollar Baby, although that would be a fun one to talk about sometime. Did you ever see Gran Torino?
No, I've not seen that.
That's a really good movie. That'd be a fun one to talk about as well. I also like a list of movies that I either have like never seen or
Yeah.
maybe I saw like once when I was a kid, but like barely even feel like I haven't seen it ever. So yeah, I mean it would be cool to at some point here. Well, I mean, I guess I'd never seen Whiplash, but that was your movie you selected. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely fun to like watch movies that I haven't seen before. At the same time, of course, I want to share with you some of my favorite movies that I love that you haven't seen. So I don't know. I mean, there's a million different ways we could go with it. Um, what are you thinking here? I mean, is it my choice here since you picked Whiplash, or is there a movie that you really feel strongly about as the perfect next choice?
No, no, I don't feel strongly. You can pick one if you got one in mind. Yeah, I don't know if you want to do the horror thing or not, or if you just want to pick one that comes to mind for you. I'm down for
Yeah.
anything.
Um, okay, yeah. One comes to mind, and I think kind of as I've gotten to know your taste in film, um, I think I have a better sense of what kind of movies you would like and wouldn't like, and yeah. So I mean, have you ever seen a Woody Allen film before?
Probably. I
Okay,
probably couldn't tell you off the top of my head what it would be. I'll have to look that
right,
up
right.
after.
Um, but I think kind of a fun one to start with is a movie called Match Point. Have you ever heard of that?
No,
Yeah.
scrolling through his movies right now. Match Point. I don't believe so.
Match Point. Yeah. Yeah, really cool movie, really intense. In fact, I mean, I think kind of the reason I thought of it is because it's definitely a movie that kind of takes you on an emotional ride. Well, I mean, it's a lot different. I mean, the movie's very different from Whiplash. But in terms of like the emotional journey it takes you on, like the
Okay.
intensity of it, it kind of I think it's kind of reminiscent of that. So I think that's something you might enjoy, and I think it'd be a really cool first Woody Allen film for you to see.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I got it pulled up. I like to take a little look here and yeah,
Yeah, take
Scarlett
a look,
Johansson
like
and
see what you think. I mean, I have a million
yeah.
other movies I can recommend as well. Another one I would love for you to see is Glengarry Glen Ross,
Oh yeah.
and I mean that's a movie that I mean pretty much the entire movie like takes place in I mean basically like two different locations, like their work office
Okay.
and like the restaurant across the street. So it's definitely fits in that vein that we were talking about a moment ago. And I mean, that movie's like all about the dialogue. And
Okay.
it's one of those movies that like I don't think it's meant to be funny, but I just find it hilarious. So I mean, you have to have a certain sense of humor. Like I think you would appreciate it, but I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty entertaining movie, like whether you find it funny or not. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a movie I would love for you to see.
say less because yeah, you mentioned this one a lot, and I see there's I'm looking at the cast here too. Looks like a very good class or
Yeah.
cast, and Alec Baldwin also just so happens to be playing a guy named Blake. So I mean
Hey,
that's
there you go. Okay, so is it decided then? Glengarry Glen Ross is the next movie for Film Club.
yeah, I say so.
All right, let's do it. Lock it in. Hey, I'm excited. I mean, yeah, this is definitely one of the most like quoted movies between me and my brother. I mean, we're just like constantly like saying lines from this movie. Yeah, I don't know if we're nuts or if this movie is like genuinely hilarious, even though it's not like necessarily trying to be. But yeah, I'll be really interested to see what you think of it. And yeah, yeah, it's such an interesting movie, and yeah, I mean the cast is like unbelievable. I mean, Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin,
Yeah,
even like yeah, Jack Lemmon and Ed Harris and Alan Arkin. I mean, it's just like everyone. So really cool, and yeah, that'll be a fun one. I'm really excited to see what you think of that one.
yeah, I'm excited to see that, and also Nahal had mentioned in here by the way. He said, "Oh yeah, and also Nahal, yeah, if you got any suggestions, let us know because he kind of has one here." And he said one that you hadn't seen, Dan. I mean, we were just like completely flipped on this one. I hadn't seen There Will Be Blood, and you hadn't seen No Country for Old Men, and we've done a There Will Be Blood one Nahal. I mean, maybe that was our first movie, first or second. But yeah, Dan, you got to see that. So at some point we'll have to do, No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah, that's a movie I've been wanting to see for a long time. So yeah, I definitely not have to be. I definitely would not need much convincing for that.
Yeah, so we'll get to that at some point there. So stay in the loop for that. We'll do that in a future week. But yeah, I'm super excited for this, and yeah, we're probably good to wrap it up here.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, fun stream. I appreciate everyone that joined us. Yeah, definitely drop us a like on your way out. Make sure you're subscribed. Definitely helps us out. Trying to get to 200 subscribers. So yeah, if you enjoy these streams and want to see them continue, that is the easiest way to support us. That doesn't cost you anything. So really appreciate that. And yeah, watch Glengarry Glen Ross. fmovies.llc is a website where you can watch it for free. And yeah, we will be streaming next on Saturday. We'll do our fantasy and beers as we're calling it now. I think we're kind of deciding if we're going to make that name change official or not. We've been calling it Dynasty and Beers up until now, but we definitely been having a lot of redraft talk and start sit decisions on our Saturday stream. So fantasy and beers seems more fitting of that. So yeah, join us Saturday. It'll probably be a late stream as usual. Maybe not quite as late as we started today, but I don't know. We'll probably start probably sometime after like 9 Central.
Yeah.
So, yeah, turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified anytime we go live. But yeah, we will see you guys Saturday, and yeah, we'll catch you then. Have a good night.
Hold on, I just completely realized, by the way, just doesn't have 25th is probably not going to work for me actually. Or I probably have to do it. We'd have to do an earlier stream because that is like some Halloween thing on Saturday night. So
I see.
We'll figure that out. But hey, if you're in the Discord, you'll or you have the notifications on.
Yeah, join our Discord. Yeah, the links in the description and probably somewhere in the live chat. Yeah. Also, I'll try to remember to put the link to the Discord on our Twitter profile. So follow us there as well at Dynasty Savvy on X. And yeah, I'll probably have the link to the Discord there as well. You can also, stay tuned. Any posts on Twitter there. I'm going to try to be more active with the account there. So yeah, follow us on X, join the Discord, and